that is a cool thing to have your name as a standard measurement.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine it's about 9 Caseys from now. You know, it's you're always getting used.
Be awesome. All right, so the 2025 Emmy nominations are in, and Severance leads the way with a massive 27 nods, dominating the drama categories and staking its claim as the season's top contender. Close behind is The Penguin, which racked up 24 nominations.
Great.
The Studio and The White Lotus followed with 23 each, with the studio tying the all-time record for most comedy nominations in a single year. The Bear grabbed 23 noms in 2024. Acting categories saw history made as well, with 77-year-old Kathy Bates becoming the oldest nominee for lead drama actress, and 15-year-old Owen Cooper, the youngest ever supporting actor nominee in a limited series. First-time acting nods went to big-name filmmakers Martin Scorsese and Ron Howard for their guest turns on The Studio.
Yeah. I actually, so that show, you know, the industry loves shows and movies about the industry.
Yeah.
So the show is a little kinetic for me, but I've enjoyed it thus far, and I did get to see both of those.
Yeah.
And Ron Howard was totally playing against type.
And Scorsese, there's a great storyline about making a movie about Kool-Aid, Preston, and Scorsese gets into this contractual fight. It's very funny.
I got a really nice text from Michael Giacchino yesterday, speaking of The Penguin, and he is a very proud papa because Mick, his son, was nominated for an Emmy for Best Score for that show, for The Penguin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So Harrison Ford earned his first ever Emmy nominations for Shrinking, and Emmy host Nate Bargatze is pulling double duty, also scoring 2 noms for his comedy special, Your Friend Nate Bargatze. The night airs, the big night is on Sunday, September 14th. They'll be live on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern if you want to check that out. We can break this down a little bit later on if we want.
We
Go through
absolutely
some of the
could.
shows. There's a lot of nominations and some interesting stuff in there.
I'll tell you just one immediate takeaway. Nick, you recommended. There was a slow start at the beginning of the Ben Stiller show, Severance.
Oh, Severance, yeah.
And I don't know if I'm into this. She did a full dove in and just slammed the whole series and raves about it.
It's weird.
So maybe I need to revisit it.
You have to be patient with it, and you have to understand that it's just not like anything on TV right now. But I like that about it, and it's one of those shows. I think I've said this on air. I don't know if I actually enjoy it, but I think it's brilliant, and I really like it.
And so 2 seasons, and how long was the break between the first and second?
3 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I had to come. I went back and rewatched all of season 1 because I had forgotten so much, and it's a complicated, dense show. There's a lot that happens in every episode, and you have to keep track of all that stuff. And so I'd forgotten everything in between seasons 1 and 2.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, we can break some of that stuff down a little bit later on. We have some time today to dive into that. I do have some relationship stuff.
Oh, good.
Reese Witherspoon and German financier Olivier Harman were spotted, or is it Oliver Harman? I don't know. Were spotted sharing some steamy PDA aboard a yacht in Saint-Tropez. This is the second yacht story we've had
Yachts are
of celebrations on yachts.
Very popular.
In the last week or so. The couple who first sparked dating rumors in July of last year seemingly couldn't keep their hands off of each
I
other.
want you to touch my strudel.
They were seen kissing both on deck and during a snorkeling session
That's a bingo. Oh, they're playing board games on the yacht.
while they were in the Mediterranean. Although the couple had reportedly been looking to take things slow, their romance looks to be full steam ahead. In May, Page Six reported that the duo had toured a luxury New York City apartment together, allegedly to be closer to one of Witherspoon's kids who is attending NYU.
Look at Reese. I'm uncircumcised. Let's play bingo again.
A source said,
That's a bingo. When you are a fan of someone for a long time, as with Reese Witherspoon, and you see them, kissing a person.
get your hands off my girl.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you ever
honestly,
experience that?
she and I are the same age.
Right.
And so as far as I'm concerned, that's been my girlfriend for the last 4 years.
Or you're,
Source said they've toured the apartment twice already and were very sweet and affectionate at both tours. And it's unclear whether they've officially moved in, but the latest vacation snapshot suggests they're sticking very close to each other's side. So they're hanging out on Saint-Tropez on a yacht. Kissy, kissy.
Yachts.
So these two had been dating for over a decade, but this past weekend, Madam Secretary co-stars Tia Leone and Tim Daly tied the knot in an intimate ceremony before family and
I am
friends.
totally down with this.
Yeah, they seem like a good couple, and they've been together for a really long time.
Yeah.
And we love anytime we've had Tim Daly on. He's been great. We've never had a chance to speak to Tia Leone, have we?
Yes, I think we have.
Have we?
Years
Have we?
ago, I think when
remember
the Bad Boys,
Okay.
when they were coming out, because she was in the second one.
She was in the first one for sure. Yeah, and I think she was in the second one.
I'm not really a fan of hers, and I think it has everything to do with the fact that she played for the Racine Bells.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's tough.
However,
but she didn't have any dialogue, but still.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't dismiss her act of courage in Deep Impact.
No, yeah, it's a
when
good
she
point.
jumped out of the helicopter to save the mom and her child.
That's true.
Let's not forget that,
All right,
please.
I forgot
You're
about
right.
that. My bad.
So they did this before family and friends. The couple got married Saturday in New York City. Us Weekly reported this, and they met on the set of Madam Secretary in 2014 when they played husband and wife, Elizabeth and Henry McCord, for 6 seasons. That must have been interesting, playing husband and wife on set, and then you have a relationship.
Yeah.
That makes things a little
I bet you it
easier.
happens a fair amount. She had been married to David Duchovny, who freely admitted to cheating on her.
Well, he had a sex addiction, he had claimed. So, yeah, he was, She is, wow, stunningly beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's, I remember in A League of Their Own, I'm like, who is that? And at that point, she hadn't really broken out yet. And then she took off in her career.
When they're at that charm school, the lady's like, nice.
Yes.
And then she goes to the Georgia Peach and she's like, very nice.
I wonder what she was thinking. All right, so I know you've all been wondering, why hasn't Suki Waterhouse been around on social media?
It's been a little unnerving.
I know. Well, wonder no more, Steve. The actor-singer answered the question on social this week with the post, Suki, you never tweet anymore. Have you ever considered, and she writes, have you ever considered I wore pants so tight 6 months ago that it caused a hernia and I've been too scared to tell you?
I thought so.
I know. It was alongside a picture of her in the hospital bed and on stage in the pants in question.
Because my wife and I are casually looking at some pictures of her. This has to be about 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
And she said, Claire said to me flat out, those look like hernia-causing pants. she's wearing.
Yeah.
Her admission had supporters, with one commenter saying, on stage in leather trousers, then attached to a drip in the hospital, later like a true 70s rock star.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The way rock stars are in the hospital.
Okay, wait. So she is a singer too, right?
Suki? Yeah.
Yeah.
Suki.
So just months after splitting with husband Cash Warren, Jessica Alba has been spotted with a new mystery man recently. And that mystery man now has a name. The actress was photographed with, it says, Captain America star Danny Ramirez.
Oh, yeah.
As
the
the
new
duo
one.
headed for Cancun, Mexico to Los Angeles on Sunday.
He was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, too. And in the new movie, yeah.
And he was also, I looked him up because I wasn't familiar with what he's done in the Marvel universe, but in the Maverick movie, he was a character called Fanboy. So he had a role in that as well. Pics have been floating around for months of the two, but no one could definitively put a name on the face until TMZ named him on Monday. Though TMZ has ID'd the actor, neither Alba nor Ramirez has said anything official to this
Well,
point.
the love is in the air, clearly. Every sight and every sound.
Hey, Steve, were you talking about Love Island this morning? off
Yes,
air?
I was.
Okay, well, after the season finale of season 7, Love Island, it appeared that Iris Kendall and Pepe Garcia finished 4th and were together. However, while the 4th place finish is in the books, Iris and Pepe may not be together anymore. TMZ posted video of Kendall and TJ Palma. These are just sounds coming out of my mouth. I
You
don't
might
know
as
these
well just
people
be
are.
vomiting.
Who had been a couple early in season 7, reuniting in Los Angeles. And sources say the two were hugging, smiling, and flirting, taking a 2-hour walk before ending up at his place.
So I was talking about that. I was talking about Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, that's what it
But
was.
Love Island
yeah,
I
yeah.
brought up because, and I don't know if you were in the room when I mentioned, but Love Island is the show that generates watch parties.
Yeah.
Watch parties. In fact, Xfinity Live had a big watch party because this show has caught steam. I attempted to watch Bachelor in Paradise last night. I wanted to die so badly. And then I said to you guys, if you're going, and my wife and I were watching it, it's like, aren't these supposed to be the beautiful people?
I don't.
They were not.
Why do you do this to yourself?
Well,
you're watching Michael Flatley movies. You're watching Bachelor in Paradise.
I watch Corey Feldman. I want a sample. I don't want to live in a bubble.
Yeah.
I want to know that there's darkness in the world.
The thing about Love Island, and I've watched some of it, is that, Steve, there's a wink and a nod in that show, and there's a little bit of knowing how, not a little bit, there's a lot of knowing how trashy it is. The people that are on the show are also in on the joke, and so there are villains and heroes, and then backstabbing and stuff. It's actually, it's flat out terrible, but it's fun terrible.
No, I hear that completely.
And that's why these watch parties are working. And so, like, look, it's like a soap opera. It's trashy, but you can get caught up in it and have some fun with it.
So that guy's name is Pepe. Fun fact, when I was in high school Spanish, you got to pick your name. I was Pepe.
No way.
Yeah, because I didn't have it, like, there wasn't like a Casey equivalent in Spanish. So I just went off the board and went with Pepe.
Okay.
A dark secret revealed by local broadcaster Casey Foster. In high school, he was known as Pepe.
Would the teacher call you that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember any other friends and their names, or is that just memories of the past?
Oh my God, yes. But,
Tito?
no. I'm trying to think, man. Who else?
Rico
No.
Suave.
Suave.
We had to do that in French too, Casey.
Yeah.
And, I was Jean Raoul, and my friend Brett was jealous of Jean Raoul, so he was Jean Raoul Jean. But it was fun.
The name you selected, because I was Etienne, which
you could have gone
name.
with Nicolas or something like that, but yeah, like the cool French teachers Steve allowed us to, like, Casey was Pepe. I thought Jean Raoul sounded funny, so I went with that. Yeah.
All right, very good. All right, I got a couple other things to mention. Spidey's swinging back into theaters, and this time it's going to be a breath of fresh air. Tom Holland just teased the next chapter of the MCU's Spider-Man saga, Spider-Man Brand New Day. And it sounds like the franchise is going old school. He said, we were really restricted with what we could do in the last movie because of COVID. And he explained in a chat that he said, we are now really going to lean into that old school filmmaking. He added that the film will be shooting in Glasgow to create a huge practical set piece. The story picks up after No Way Home's emotional ending, and the movie is set to hit theaters in July of next year.
That's quick.
Yeah, that is pretty quick.
Now, there are rumors that the Punisher is going to end up in this movie as well.
Yeah, because there was a bunch of Punisher Daredevil crossover in the Daredevil series. So, yeah, Punisher's going to be in Spider-Man as well.
So it's expected to begin production after Tom and Zendaya complete filming for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, by the way.
I really do hope that MJ and those guys end up somehow in
They're great.
Yeah.
Somehow what?
Because they don't know each other anymore.
Yeah.
They're unaware of who Peter Parker is and was. Like, I mean, they're the heart and
It'll come
soul
back
of this
together.
movie. Yeah, I hope
Yeah, they've
so.
got to bring that back together.
I think so.
Yeah. Steve, I brought this up for you. Hallmark Channel has released its Countdown to Christmas lineup.
I watched a Christmas movie last night.
While the network didn't reveal when Countdown to Christmas will begin, typically it's in October, Hallmark did reveal that a Newport Christmas and a third Three Wiseman movie will be made on the schedule.
I was thinking about menthol cigarettes when you said Newport
That's what I thought. It's their entire line of cigarette Christmas movies.
I think it's Newport, Rhode Island. Yeah. So
It's cool. These are cool.
with a K.
A Marlboro Christmas.
Camel Christmas.
Yes. Virginia Slim's Christmas.
Benson and Hedges come to town.
I love you. I'm having the best Christmas ever.
Well, you sure smoke a lot.
Deck dolls with bells of holly. 'Tis the season to be jolly.
Why did you do an entire line of cigarette-based Christmas movies? I thought Newport as well.
Makes sense.
No, Newport, Rhode Island. It's a lovely town. Nick actually recommended I go there, and I did stop through. It actually will be a great backdrop for a Christmas.
It's much more charming than
We might
menthols.
lose the Christmas tree farm.
Well, you keep burning it down.
I want a Levi Garrett Christmas next.
It's all
Chewing tobacco.
All tobacco based. Oh my God. All right. Well, anyhow. They also have Holiday Touchdown, a Bills love story. So now
it's all the football.
They did the Kansas City.
So that was on last night, that one. And then the one, the Lacey Chabert deck the halls, where the HOA organization makes her decorate the house. That was on last night.
So if they've done the Chiefs and they've done the Bills, do we imagine they're going to go through most of, or at least the cities that are in colder climates for football Christmases? Probably, because I don't see them doing it in Los Angeles.
They have though. They really want the Courier and Ives Field. They want. You're right.
Yeah, you're going to go climate. Packers. You're going to go Vikings.
Yep, absolutely.
Hey, Casey, look, we're under the mistletoe. I love it.
Smoke ring in the new year with Hallmark Channel's countdown to Christmas. So they also
want some cocoa.
A Bills love story is also in this. So there's also the baking competition, Baked with Love Holiday.
It doesn't sound good.
That will be hosted by Tamara Mowry Housley. And Finding Mr. Christmas will return with host Jonathan Bennett.
So a dating show, I assume, or a romance show where you're looking for your equal in Christmas adoration?
Finding Mr. Christmas.
Could be it,
possibly. So they have a full lineup if you want to check Hallmark's website.
So do we accept the notion that if you are going to take a dive into Christmas, it's always July and Christmas in July, right?
Yeah, it's halfway.
Yeah. Right,
It's essentially the halfway point, right? Or no, actually, that would be June, wouldn't it? Yeah. Well, anyway, it's the hottest time of the year,
it's all good.
It's time to think about Christmas. So, Ariana Grande is segueing from Oz to the world of Dr. Seuss. It's been announced that both Grande and Josh Gad have been cast in the upcoming big screen musical adaptation of the final Dr. Seuss book, Oh, the Places You'll Go.
I enjoyed that. I mean,
it was a sweet one.
It was well past the age you're supposed to read it, but I enjoyed it.
The movie will be co-directed by John M. Chu and Jill Colton and will debut IMAX March 17th, 2028. I have a few Dr. Seuss books from when I was a kid. My favorite was, and it wasn't one of his most popular ones, but it was Happy Birthday to Me. I loved that book.
Yeah.
It was about this character comes and takes this kid, it's his birthday, off for this amazing adventure in one day, and it's really cool.
My question is, John M. Chu obviously is doing all these movies, but there's supposed to be a sequel to Crazy Rich Asians, which I would kind of like to see.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, one last story. Mortal Kombat 2 is set to hit theaters later this year, but the marketing team is already working hard behind the scenes. So Carl Urban's Johnny Cage, big shot Hollywood actor in the franchise, stars in movies. So the character, Johnny Cage, stars in movies like Uncaged Fury. Now, that fake movie has a fake IMDb page, and it shows that Cage also stars in action movies like Hard to Cage, Rebel Without a Cage, and The Gist of My First.
That's hilarious.
And on top of that, it also teases that Urban's character is sarcastic to a fault, answering the FAQ section. One of the questions is, who is Johnny Cage dating? And the answer is, your mom.
Yoga fire.
So Mortal Kombat 2 hits theaters on August 24th. I only played the Mortal Kombat stuff. It was fun.
Likewise.
But it was so much button mashing that
what it is.
It was hard to know the combinations.
Yeah.
So I didn't know the ending.
The finishing move?
The finishing blows
In
and
fact,
all that.
was that
was
the
a fun
game
though.
that created the phrase button masher?
I don't know.
It was
maybe
at the beginning of that run.
But I mean,
that and Street Fighter 2 were very similar. Yeah.
But they changed the game with the realistic depictions in the gameplay.
But
which was
you
cool.
had to know the finishing move. It was like it was not worth playing that game if you did not know a finishing move.
Finish him.
You grab the spinal cord right out of their body.
All right, we're ready for clips. So Love Island is going beyond the villa as the stars from season 6 are investing in their relationships while no longer having to live in isolation from the outside world. And here, Leah Kateb talks about why her relationship with Miguel works.
I think we're very similar, and I think we are both such caring people, and I feel like we really cater to each other all the time, and I think we're always on the same page without even having to say we're on that same page. We're soulmates.
I don't give a
They're literally
Can you play the last 5 seconds again?
Yeah, sure. All right, here we go.
On the same page without even having to say we're on that same page. We're soulmates.
Oh my God.
Love Island Beyond the Villa
Oh, you delusional.
is streaming now on Peacock.
I want to help. I do, but you're going to need to sit down and listen.
Here's our next clip. Star Trek Strange New Worlds back for a third season with iconic characters from the astronomical universe. And in this clip, Ethan Peck shares his fondness for more characters becoming a part of the planet Vulcan.
I know them so intimately, having worked with them for several seasons, so to see them in Vulcan makeup was sort of endearing. I had this really bizarre and surprising sense of this is family, because I've been so sort of isolated as a Vulcan on the show. I did hand out a little bit of advice, but people really brought their own flavor and ideas to it, and I thought they were each very unique.
Shut the f*** up!
Star Trek Strange New Worlds premieres tonight. You can find that on Paramount Plus.
So he's really good in that role. You remember that was the series we were talking about. If you don't remember, at the end of the show, I brought it up, and Pierre literally kicked the console so hard that he broke it over. It has been a great disappointment in what they've done. The first season was so great and such a return to the original Star Trek. And Preston, they do this thing where when they morph, in one of the episodes this season, they all take a genetic thing that makes them Vulcans.
Okay.
But their haircuts change.
Yeah?
It's come on. I mean, grasp for something we can work with here.
You can't deal with the haircut.
It's okay, I'm going to buy this if this happened in 5 minutes. But can you leave the haircut? It's I took this genetic thing and look on my license now. It says I'm a Vulcan.
People should know better.
They should know better.
Right?
I'm glad I'm not watching it then.
Yeah.
It's going to frustrate you.
All right, and there
Watch
you go.
Love Island.
That is our entertainment report. That will bring me some serious entertainment. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back in a moment. Wednesday morning is in effect. We will cater you to your needs and shepherd you through your difficult, sweaty day. Hang out. We'll be back in just a moment.
Preston and Steve.
Chow. I've had chow mein many times, so it's and what's interesting is some Chinese or Chinese restaurant dishes will essentially be the same thing, but with rice or but with noodles.
Yes,
or, you know what I mean.
I love Chinese food. Used to hate it, and I don't eat it a lot because, despite the belief that it's low in calories.
Oh no, it's not. Way high in calories, and we've got a couple of places we love to go to, and it's an easy. Here's how it goes. What do you want for dinner? I don't know. I don't feel like making anything. Chinese? Yeah. Okay. And that's pretty much it. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
I forgot I liked bean sprouts.
You forgot.
Because I don't.
They're good.
I don't ever get them to put them.
They
in
don't have a
anything.
lot of flavor in them, but they are they're satisfyingly crunchy.
Yeah.
And
And erotic.
and erotic as
No.
well.
I like water chestnuts too. Those are
Same thing.
Good.
right?
You
Similar
don't know
thing.
what it is. It seems like hard air, but it tastes pretty good.
we have and it's not new, but it's new to our family. A new Chinese food restaurant near us that's really, really yummy.
Same here.
Yeah.
Like we stumbled across one. We're like, we were going to go somewhere else. And we're like, well, we've never been able. Let's go over there. And we tried it. And we're like, wow, okay, this is our new place.
Yeah.
Our new joint.
Haruga.
Our new John, if you will. Speaking of food, I saw an interesting article that I thought might be worth talking about. And it was, I think I got this on BuzzFeed, and people are sharing the foods taste better burnt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with a little burn on them.
There's a number of them for me.
Char. Which ones would you guys throw out there? Now, Casey, you had said that you love burned food.
I do. I prefer, I think, a charred flavor over anything else. If I'm having a chicken cutlet, I prefer you leave mine in just a little bit longer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chicken cutlet, like a breaded chicken cutlet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for me, burnt tends to go more into the like a mac and cheese, where the edges are burnt.
There you go.
Lasagna where the edges are burnt.
Those are two good ones on this list. Yes, absolutely.
Pizza can be burnt.
If you get some mac and cheese that has like a layer of cheese over the top of it, not just mixed in with the pasta, but and you get some brown or blackened spots.
Absolutely.
Yummy. I do agree with you on that. What I don't think needs to be burnt is any kind of meat
or ice cream.
Ice cream.
Definitely don't want to burn it.
I hate burnt, and then some people love it just incinerated. Like you lose to me. Like in those other cases, like mac and cheese, to me that's an actual taste that I think is a unique, accentuating taste. Yeah. I think what happens when you burn meat, it robs it of its taste.
Although it does have a different flavor to it. Yeah. My dad, whenever we go to a carving station, if they'd have like a big roast beef or something like that, he'd always ask for that. Give me that burnt end right there.
Well, that's a thing.
My dad would come in from the barbecue after he'd had a few pops, and he'd come in. The meat would be literally on fire as he was bringing it in. He loved it incinerated.
It doesn't necessarily rob it of its flavor. It just adds a new flavor to it and a new texture as well.
All right.
A couple of weeks ago, I had just this amazing thing that happened to me where I cooked a bag of microwave popcorn, and as it turns out, only one kernel went unpopped in the entire thing. Now, that doesn't happen if you don't have a few burnt pieces of popcorn, and I like burnt popcorn.
Okay, I'll go with you. Now, I don't like
Not
burnt.
all.
No. I don't like burnt popcorn. I like the half-popped kernels.
That too.
They're fun to play with.
But you like burned popcorn?
Yeah, so...
Ew.
Yeah, I know. But not like... all of it burned. It's almost like if 1/3 of the bag was burned, I'd be okay with that.
Will you take a whole fistful of completely burned popcorn, or just some regular pieces need to be in with the burned popcorn?
I usually I eat popcorn one at a time. Yeah, I don't do fistfuls of popcorn.
One little thing at a time.
It's a great Clint Eastwood film, A Fistful of Popcorn.
Fistful of popcorn.
I got two burnt meats that are I'm all right with. I don't order them this way, but I know a lot of people do, including my girlfriend. Burnt like crispy bacon. Like
crispy bacon.
Overcooked, but like
that's a good one.
She takes it to another level.
She likes it burned like
she likes
black.
it burnt, yeah. So like if it comes in and there's any little rubbery parts or whatever, she sends it back. And then another one that I'm all right with. I won't order it this way, but like burnt hot dog over a campfire. If they're charred hot dog.
Yep.
I prefer not that way, but if it comes out that way, I'll be all right with it.
So that's got a burned exterior. So a hot dog is already cooked. It's already it's not. You don't need to cook it through. So you can get a char on the outside, and the middle will be not rare, but it's not. You haven't baked all the flavor out of it. So I'm with you on that.
All right.
As you guys are talking, I can't really think of anything that I would prefer burnt or a little burnt. But isn't there something? Doesn't it release something that's not good for you? When you burn something.
There has been studies that say
carcinogens.
That it creates things that are not necessarily good for your body. And that I think
that's why
I think meat more specifically.
Okay.
If I recall correctly,
my tumors are always
Stop it.
rare.
Yeah.
All right. So here are some of the respondents, and feel free to call in if you want to add something to this list. 215-263 WMMR. Roasted or grilled ears of corn.
I know a lot of people like corn well done. Would it be you?
On the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it gets a little bit of black on there, I think that's yummy. And this person even add some lemon or lime juice, chili powder, and salt to top it off.
Or propane.
That sounds pretty damn good. Another one says most vegetables taste better with a nice char.
I'll agree with that. Like,
either like asparagus.
Brussels sprout.
Brussels sprouts, yeah.
Nummy.
I like to throw stuff right on the grill and cook them that way.
Oh,
yes,
potatoes?
Brussels sprouts you can bake. Yeah, potatoes.
Well, and also home fries. We're looking at what appears to be home fries or something of that nature on the screen. But yeah, a little bit burnt. Onions, a little bit burnt.
Yes.
When you do the vegetables on the grill, do you do it with foil underneath, or you go right on the grill?
You usually right on the grill. I'll get things that won't fall through.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Yeah.
I use a splayed squirrel.
Asparagus is tough. So if you get the little skinny ones, you're having a hard time with
Sons
it.
of bitches.
So if asparagus is like, it's luck of the draw when you go to the store.
I know.
You don't know what you're going to get.
I love asparagus.
You're going to get those little pencil ones that suck.
Yeah.
Or you get the nice, big, thick, veiny ones.
Yeah.
The John Holmes
Put 'em in your
version.
Yeah, give it nice and veiny.
Those are the best.
11 inches.
All right. Now, this one I find a little bit odd on this list of food that tastes better burnt. They say any tacos.
Huh.
The best are served in tortillas that float off the burner in flames. So I assume they're meaning a flour tortilla.
Yeah.
Which you can, like you can make quesadillas on the grill and stuff like that.
So I could see something like I've had a slightly burnt pita.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's good as well.
So, but I don't know about corn tortillas.
It's like a chuppah.
Which you might call a chuppah. This also, another one says breakfast sausage.
Where are the sausages?
Yeah, in the sausage realm, you can burn those suckers up, and I'm fine.
Oh, pork roll too. Oh, and also scrapple. Am I the only scrapple lover on the show here?
I'll take it.
I prefer Spam.
Love it.
My new revelation with scrapple, because I'd always preferred it burned, is smushed then burned.
Smushed.
Almost
then burned.
like a smash burger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Smush that
And
down.
yes, if I'm going to eat scrapple, I would prefer it to have a harder consistency around it. It can be a little bit soft on the inside, but crunchy on the outside.
Yeah.
Well, when I was a kid, I've mentioned this a number of times, my mother would have to burn the hell out of pork chops for me to eat them. I couldn't stand them, even remotely spongy, and I loved them.
How about now?
Don't eat them at all.
Okay. I'm going to go to Kim. Food that tastes better burned. Hi, Kim. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Kim. All right. So what do you think?
I would say marshmallows over a fire when you're making a s'more.
Okay. Literally light it on fire?
Yes, and then blow it out, peel off the outside skin, eat that, and do it again.
I love that.
So you'll peel off the black stuff.
Yeah.
And then put it on your s'more.
Yes.
Interesting.
And then do it again and kind of layer it up.
Kim, I'm right with you on that because it just comes right off. It's this it's a crispy skin, and it's wonderful. I do like that.
I'm not big on roasting marshmallows anymore. I used to be as a kid, but I do have a method now when I do it that will get them golden brown. And I prefer them that way.
Do you know what's I bring it up? They're a local company, but they're called Tuck-Ins, and they have they're so good because it's all in one. The s'more, everything is contained within it's like a lollipop thing with its own stick,
right?
And it's just delicious.
Press, are you not going to share your method here, or?
Oh, it's just it's finding the right distance from the open flame.
Okay.
And rotisserie. Kind of just twirling it the whole time.
A golden brown is the best.
Is the best?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'll make one for you sometime. Let's see here. Somebody says on this list, corned beef hash. Oh, man. Crispy and crunchy corned beef hash with a runny egg on top is one of my favorite meals.
I haven't had corned beef hash, but I think I want to try it.
So good.
Is it?
So good. You know where you can get it? Secret Breakfast Place.
Okay.
I had it when we were there.
Is this now? Have you guys revealed the name of the Secret Breakfast Place?
No. The only way you can learn about Secret Breakfast Place is if we take you. I can't tell you where it is. So
this is Casey's rule. He wouldn't tell me where it was.
It's like Fight Club.
We finally had a free morning at the shore to spend time together.
Okay.
And I said, you got to take me to the to the Secret Breakfast Place.
Put this burlap bag over your head.
Yeah.
And it was pretty awesome, I have to admit.
What if somebody takes you guys?
It's a greasy spoon. It's a hole in the wall. What do you mean if somebody takes us?
Takes you out to breakfast. Like, will you reveal it to them? Like, you're saying you have to take them, but if somebody offers to take you out to breakfast,
you could take them to the Secret Breakfast Place.
Do they have to do the thing that Steve said with the blindfold?
A burlap bag over the head in the back of a van.
Hit me over the head with a hammer.
You just need an escort.
That's it. And so don't email me. Don't. I can only take.
You don't want to ruin this. It's something that you guys have.
Yeah.
But I told you though we were there, and Casey told the server that his method, and she's like, "Oh no, you can tell everyone about this place." Because we want them to come here.
Seating is limited.
A secret. We're hanging on by a thread.
But he is right. It's only a bar. That's it.
Okay.
It's the only place you can sit is at the counter. There are no tables. There are no seats anywhere, and that's all. It's that small.
And don't go there if you've got a party of 6 because you'll never sit together.
You'll never sit together. We didn't. Yeah, we got lucky.
How many seats at this counter?
20 maybe.
No, I'd say 14 tops.
Maybe let's go 15.
Okay. Just okay.
All right.
That's closer to 14 now.
Let me go to Joe. Hey, Joe. Good morning.
Morning, Ed.
Morning, Ed. All right. What's better? What tastes better burnt?
Soft pretzels.
Soft pretzels?
Yeah, you get them extra burnt and salty. My brother used to work for Bernie's pretzels in the bazaar.
Wait a minute. Casey just shot.
Shooting.
Bernie's is.
Casey just shot.
They would have a guy would come in and just order. They tell them to leave them in the oven.
God
Make
damn.
another slice.
On 93.3 WMMR.
All right, thank you very much, Marissa. So one of the things that we do when we try to figure out what we want to present on the air to talk about, subject matter, is if one of us comes forward and says, hey, I got something, but I don't want to tell you what it is.
Yes.
We have been together for a long, long time, so we trust each other in that regard and just say, okay, all right, we'll go. We'll see what you have to say. Is this something that's going to, that we can kick around for a while? Because we stop and we talk for a length of time. And, the person will say, sure, yeah, I think it will. Maybe. I don't know. Let's try it out. So we hand over this level of trust to Casey Boy today.
Yeah, sorry
who
about that.
said you had something. And we don't know what it is because we like to keep it fresh so that we can react naturally to whatever it is that they're bringing up.
Yeah, in support of what you're saying, we know how easily this can go south when we do, with any one of us when we think, this is something that's going to relate. A lot of people can relate to, but I think you've been exhibiting a confidence here that I think bodes well. Basically saying what you're in store for the next 20 to 25 minutes, probably the greatest entertainment you've ever heard in your life.
Most likely.
And I don't want to overstate that, but I think it's a safe comment.
I didn't know that.
So essentially, I'm just going to ask you guys a question, actually two questions, and it's what I like to, I consider these conversation starters.
Okay.
All right.
And so the second question I'm going to ask you guys, I posed to some people when we were sitting on the beach this weekend, and every single person had something to relate. Maybe multiple things. So,
all right.
That's the entree.
I'm intrigued.
Before you ask this question,
it's nothing salacious.
Not salacious, but is it anything like what kind of animal?
No. You'll see what it is.
Because Casey, sometimes there was a question you brought up over the weekend that I was like, okay.
Yeah.
What was the question? I don't remember what it was, but I just remember going, I don't know.
What kind of aquarium fish would you be?
Well, no, because I've asked questions like if you could have as a pet either a baby skunk that was distinct, a baby raccoon, or a baby fox.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Okay.
He asked if it wasn't just a skunk thing, but you asked, because clearly you've thought about these things. Would you have a raccoon or a fox? As
skunk?
a pet, and I don't
skunk
remember.
made its way in there because we were playing with the skunk at the time. So,
we were. And that was from yesterday's show.
Right.
So anyway,
so my appetizer question is interesting because Preston, I was going to ask this question anyway, and then yesterday you revealed on air that you got stung by 2 wasps over the weekend.
Yes.
And so my first appetizer question for you guys is, can you remember every single time you were stung by a bee in your life?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
No.
But
have you been stung enough times where you've actually lost count?
I think that's a great question, and here's why. When those types of things happen, there's a shot of adrenaline that happens in your body, and a shot of adrenaline is linked to improved memory.
Right.
Okay.
If you have memory, if you have adrenaline coursing through your body, chances are you're going to remember that instance a little bit more. So. Those types of instances, those types of occurrences in your life, Casey, would associate themselves with long-term memory.
Wow.
I've gotten stung a lot.
I feel like you've gotten stung more than everybody, considering the fact you just got stung twice this weekend and it was kind of like nothing.
No, but I'm probably not, Casey, because I remember some of the earliest time when I got stung, and my grandmother, as a kind of a wives' tale, backwoods medicine thing, chewed up a little bit of tobacco and put it on the bee sting.
We use meat tenderizer.
Now put my bra on. What? And dance like one of them hula girls. Is this going to help? It'll help me.
But Casey, I'm now remembering times where I'm like, I think I got stung at that time, or I'm not sure, because there's been bees, yellow jackets, hornets, wasps. I've been stung by all of them.
You've been everywhere, man.
I've been everywhere. I got cluster stung.
Oh.
And I've told the story on air. When I was working at Dunkin' Donuts, the dumpster outside was a hotbed of sugar activity. So there were loads of bees. And I was taking a box of shortening, an empty box, moving it in the dumpster. I closed my hand on the top of the lid, and I got like 6 stings in a row. Like they were all, the bees were all under there.
All on the palm of your
my
hand?
closed on
Jesus.
it. So I got stung. I got stung doing the same thing, opening up a gate in my house growing up. 2 bees on the other side. Put my hand. I have a bad luck situation with closing my hand on bees.
Yeah.
So those right there account for 8 stings.
Okay.
And you remember them distinctly.
I remember, Nick, I remember that gate sting. It was an overcast day. I was on if you're facing my house, on the left side gate, going from the backyard to the front yard.
Right, and that's why this is a good question. So, Casey, I don't think I remember all of them, but there was one time where I was cutting the grass in the side yard of my parents' house in Paoli, and I, for whatever reason, thought it was smart, I was a kid, to do it barefoot. And there was a hive of yellow jackets in the ground.
Yeah, people forget about that.
And I stepped on it as I was cutting the grass, and they all came up and they stung the bottom of my feet. And that is a distinct and awful memory in my life.
How many would you say?
I don't know, a dozen maybe.
Oh, wow.
Geez. Yeah, it was awful.
I have a question. Is this the question that you were like, this is a great question?
No, my next one is a great question.
Okay.
No, he stated this is the entree. This is the salad.
bouche.
Yeah.
Because I've been stung many times. And wow.
I think I've only been stung 3 times, and the last time I was stung was probably I was like 18 or 19 years old.
In your life?
In my life, yeah.
Wow.
And this one will always stick out in my mind because it was my own stupid fault. I was a lifeguard at Primacy Cane Swim Club. I was in the guardhouse, and there was a bee buzzing around, and I took a ping pong paddle. And I whapped it out of the air, right? I have no idea where I whapped this thing. It just disappeared. And then like 3 hours later, I stepped on it in the guardhouse and got stung by the bee that I had killed.
He got the last
Yes,
laugh.
he did. He's like,
taking you out, you son of a bitch.
A couple of the highlights of the stings. There was one time I was playing Frisbee. I went to go catch Frisbee. I ran into a wasp, stung me right underneath my eye. And my dad said he had heard of somebody losing their eye one time when they got stung. I was like,
thanks, Dad.
And my mom's like, why would you say that?
I'm preparing the boy.
And now you know why I am the way I am.
Yeah.
And there was another time me and my friend Bobby were out running around in our underwear outside stirring up a yellow jacket's nest, the kind that burrow into the ground.
Yeah, the one that got nicked.
Got stung there. And then there was another time I was at a shooting range with my dad, and under the picnic table that I sat down at after we were done, there was a wasp nest underneath there, and it stung me on my inner thigh.
See, he remembers all of them, guys.
That one hurt really bad.
Yeah.
Would you say?
But then there was somewhere I'm like, the case that I don't remember. I remember maybe I got stung, and I'm not 100%
Same,
sure.
because I put on a shirt one time when we were out. We were out at a lake swimming, and I put my shirt on when we were leaving.
Oh, man.
And I'm not sure, but it felt like a bee sting, so I would have to put that in that category.
Marissa has not raised her hand once, so have you ever been stung?
I kept trying to place myself in places. I'm like, Camp Arrowhead, did I get stung there? I think I'm more susceptible to ticks.
Okay.
So then I started thinking, I was like,
Not
there
the
was
same.
that time in Girl Scouts where I had ticks on
In
me.
band camp.
And things like
I mean, ticks don't hurt at all.
Don't hurt, but the it happening. I remember the ticks and not the bee stings.
Okay.
Do you want to know?
You would remember the bee stings, man, because, I mean, the wasp that I got stung twice this past weekend, they freaking hurt.
So here's a sub-question to Casey's question, because I believe this might have some. I would prefer to be stung by a bee than to have a tick on me and not know it.
The problem,
not me.
I think getting stung by a bee, I feel like the worst part is hours and hours later when it itches, because it itch is so much more intense than like a mosquito bite or anything like that.
And some of them swell up worse than others.
Yeah,
Preston, with those yellow jackets, we ended up like pouring gasoline down into that hole and lighting that sucker on fire to get rid of those. And we've talked about this before, but yellow jacket stings are much worse than like a honeybee sting. But Casey, you mentioned this quickly, but my mom used the meat tenderizer thing too when we would get stings. And I don't know what it is about it, but I think it would like help extract the stinger from your
Or
from your
just
skin.
the quote unquote the venom. It helps draw it out. Marissa?
I definitely have gotten stung. I just don't remember which type of bee
Insect.
person are you guys? Are you, when they come by, do you just casually wave them off, or do you freak out and run?
It depends.
Yeah, if it's a wasp, I get the hell out of there.
You're right.
If it's a bee, I think they're a little more tolerant.
Wasp at day, run away.
Well, wasps are like they aggressively will defend.
They're a-holes.
And I think bees are a little less aggressive than that. So bees, I just kind of wave my hand away, but a wasp, I'm like, get the hell out of here, so. All right, so what was your other observation or question?
We solved that one.
We solved that one. That was just your appetizer.
Right.
All right. So
our brains are up and running.
All right, so my next question is this, and I'm not asking for your first memory of this. I'm going to say a word. Okay. I'm not asking necessarily for your first memory, but I'm asking for the first memory that pops up into your mind.
Okay, so all right, let's pause for a second.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like in like, say in like match game, go with the first thing that pops into your mind.
Now listen.
So I'm going to try to be as honest as I can when you say this word.
Now, when I ask this question or I say this word, my memory that pops up is actually my first memory when it comes to this. It actually might even be my first memory that I've ever had.
Your first cogent memory as a human being.
And so the word to you guys is this: couch. Do you guys have a story or a memory that pops up into your mind when I went? Yeah.
First thing popped into my mind. I was in kindergarten or first grade, and I was playing with matches. It's a theme in my life. Fire, for those of you who've heard this. And I was lighting matches and letting them burn down and then blowing them out. And then, I'm a kid. I don't know any better. I put all the burnt matches underneath the cushion.
I remember this story.
And I mean, like, I went through a pack of matches, which there's like, 50 matches in there.
No one's going to find that.
My dad pulled it up and he was like, what the F is this?
I think it was there when we moved here, Dad.
And then he proceeded, and this is back in the day of corporal punishment being more prevalent than it is nowadays. He literally kicked my ass.
Yeah.
Over the couch.
Yeah.
Launched me over the couch.
It's good!
Yep. So there you go. That's what I think of.
So that's a happy memory.
That's a
mine is more pleasant.
Yeah. Listen.
By orders of magnitude.
I posed this on the beach.
And call in, by the way, 610-660-9333 or text. As soon as Casey said, don't start searching your mind.
Yeah.
What was that first thing that popped in your mind? That very first thing when he said couch.
Yeah, because the stories that we all had at the beach were mine was very heartwarming, and somebody else's had to do with
you made love to the couch.
I made love to the couch. No, but other people's stories definitely had, because Press, I know that you guys in high school, you had the couch that
everyone humped on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about it when your friends were here.
Everybody got crabs on that couch, yeah.
What was your first? So what was your first? Since you're the creator of this topic, what was your first?
It is very, very warming and heartfelt, but I was a little baby, maybe like 3 years old. I just remember vividly eating soup with my mom, and then we took a nap on the couch.
So you remember, you believe back to when you were 3 years old.
Yep. Bean with bacon soup, and then a nap on the couch with my mom. That's the first thing that pops into my mind.
Couch.
I have no idea what are you doing.
Is that PCU?
That's from Billy Madison.
Okay.
Which is one of my I think I learned how to spell the word couch because of that movie. And then I think my first memory is in our shore house in Ocean City, or my sweetest memory, and I would just do somersaults all over the living room, like over and over and over. And my family would sit on the couch, and now I'm realizing it's so I didn't run into it.
I think the girl is touched. She won't stop flipping.
Just kept myself entertained.
Yeah.
All right, when Casey said the word couch, was the first thing that popped in your mind?
In East Northport, Long Island, we had a couch with a green shag rug. Again, horrible, but crawling with diseases, I'm sure. And I had gotten when the first Nerf ball came out. I used to do this with regular balls, which my parents did not like. I would lay on my back and put my legs up on the couch, looking at the paneled. We were in every home architect magazine
in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, we had the paneling.
So, but I remember just whiling away the time on my back, throwing the Nerf ball against the paneled wall and playing catch off the wall with the TV on in the corner. And that was a warm sort of I'm home.
Right.
And I can play ball in the house. And that was it with the first Nerf ball.
All right, so couch.
Which I got for my birthday.
Couch triggered that memory.
Yes.
How about you, Nick?
So growing up, like everybody in this room, we called it either a sofa or a couch. My grandma Ruth, the cassette player, she grew up in Wisconsin. She called it a divan or
Oh.
And I remember a very silly stupid argument between my mom and her mother-in-law about calling it a couch versus a divan. And my mom was like, we're in Pennsylvania, it's a couch. Because she wanted to get it like reupholstered or something like that. And my dad, my mom and my grandmother, her mother-in-law, they get along just fine most of the time. But for whatever reason, this dumbass argument erupted in between a divan and is it a divan? Is that how you say it? Or
Divan.
Divan, yeah. And a couch.
It's in divan.
But Casey, like, that's the memory that popped into my brain as soon as you said that word.
And I feel like you say that word, and it's like, oh man,
yeah.
For some reason, and then so my second memory is so Cheers. They had their series finale. My parents were away on vacation. I never threw parties in high school, but I threw a party that night. All my friends came over. We got a beer ball, but we didn't have a tap for it. So we had to cut the top of the beer ball open and basically dump. But so my buddy, who I'm not going to name, I'm just in the kitchen and my sister had just graduated college. She comes into the kitchen. She goes, your buddy's throwing up on the couch right now. And I'm like, oh no. So I go into my living room. My buddy's just laying on the couch. He's like, like actively throwing up on the couch. And I'm like, yo, guy. I'm like, hey man, hey, you're getting sick.
I think you are sick.
And he looks up and he goes, oh yeah. I'm like, you got to clean that up, man. He goes, okay. And he just stands up and he picks up the couch cushion, holds it up, and then all the puke just goes and splats on the floor. I was like, thanks for cleaning
that up.
It's all good now.
All right, let's get some calls. I have Kenny, who's joining us next. Hey, Kenny, good morning.
Hey, good morning to see you guys.
Hey, good morning, bud. Okay, so the word couch was immediately, as Casey, right when he said that immediately, what was triggered in your mind?
Literally, the second he said that, I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and this is like weird core memory. So it's this old leather couch, and you know how the underneath of them always has the straggly stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for a tennis ball. Now my mom's sleeping on the couch, mind you, and all I have are a pack of matches. Okay.
Oh no.
So I'm striking a couple, nothing's happening. I need to get further back in there. I strike it, and I get the tennis ball, but I still have the match in my hand, and it lights up. So it's not like engulfing, but the couch is literally on fire with my mom sleeping on it. And I'm like telling her, I'm like, Mom, the couch is on fire. Get up. And she's like, oh, stop messing around. That's not funny. And I'm like, I start yelling at her, get up. The couch is on fire. And then she smelled it. And, I got the crap kicked out of me.
Yeah, you and Preston have a certain camaraderie now.
Would have been really good friends back in the day, Kenny.
You almost burned your mother alive.
Fact, my name was Kenny for a while.
Yeah.
Remember Kenny Knight? Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God,
that's a hell of a story.
Wow. All right. Thanks, Kenny.
You would do that though, when you didn't have a phone with a light on it, or you didn't have a flashlight at the ready.
Yeah. Light a match. Yeah. Yep. Most definitely. I will go next to Adam. Hi, Adam. You are on the air. Good morning.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, buddy. All right, couch. Go.
So when I was younger, we had like one of those old, I'm not even sure what they were called. It was in the early 90s. It was like the wooden armed couches with like the potato sack, cushions. They were like real rough. But I was spinning around with a pillow over my face. I was probably about 5. And I would take the pillow down, be all dizzy. Well, I fell over and smacked my cheek right on the armrest of that couch and bit a hole right through my cheek. I had to go to the ER.
On top of that injury, that sounds like the most uncomfortable couch ever created in human history. A burlap covered with wooden armrests.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Would you buy it from a prison?
Almost like a Kodiak couch. You know what I mean?
Okay,
dude. Yeah,
something like that. I think that's what they're called. But yeah, it was real painful. And then I didn't want to be getting the stitches in my mouth. They had to put me in a mummy, like some mummy hold thing to.
Oh yeah,
do the
yeah, little papoose. Yeah, we had to do that with Carter. He had lip stitches. He had
right.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Great memory.
That is,
Yes. All of our couch memories aren't necessarily fun ones.
No. It's not having soup with your mother.
My second couch memory was actually the second time I had sex. So I was at my friend's house, and it was, I think my band had played, and we played a gig, and we were done. I went and I was staying over at his house, and his sister was there too, his younger sister. She was only like a year younger. So everybody's of age, mind you.
Okay.
I'm 18 years old. I didn't lose my virginity until I was 18. And anyway, so she and I were the only last ones up. And literally, my neck was hurting. And I asked her to give me a neck rub. I was not trying anything. I was not attracted to her at all. Right. And so she comes behind me, sits on the couch behind me. I sit on the floor. She's giving me a neck rub. And then all of a sudden she starts kissing my neck. And I'm like, is this really happening?
Right.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It moved. I'm ready to go.
And so then we jumped on the couch and we did it. And so that was triggered when
There you
said
go.
couch.
You're not alone, Preston. A bunch
Really?
a bunch of people have been texting in. Some person, the first person says, my first memory of a couch is losing my virginity.
Okay.
This one says my first blowy. There's several people humping couches.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So one of the peoples that I posed a question to, their memory was they had passed out on the couch at a high school party and then woke up to see their girlfriend at the time completely buck naked, straddling a pool table, going to the bathroom.
Wow.
Peeing in the corner pocket.
I'm not. Yeah, piss in the corner pocket.
So, and then ever since then, they always say number one in the corner pocket.
I love it. I love it. All right, let me go to
Wow.
Frank. Frank, you are on. Good morning.
You and talk, bitches.
What's up, bitch?
So we had this upstairs area, and you can look over the railing into the living room.
Right.
That's like called something, whatever. But basically, if you wanted to, you could jump over that railing onto the couch, and that's exactly what I did. Wow. Me and my friends were watching wrestling, and it was whatever WrestleMania where it was a ladder match.
Yeah.
We were like, we could probably jump off of things and not die too.
Frank, how old were you at the time, do you think?
I think I was like 13.
Oh, my God. Dude, yes, I had thoughts of doing that because we had the same thing in my house. No way would I ever have done that. You could really
It's like
get
a
hurt.
balcony inside
It's
the house.
Way up there.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening, Frank?
Doing like the Macho Man Randy Savage elbow drop.
Right.
And doing like front flips, which could really just break your neck and die instantly. But I didn't break. The couch broke right in half.
In half.
Like there was like a wooden kind of like really thin wood, and that broke. And I told my friend, you better fix this or we're both dead. So we just put anything and everything we could find underneath it
to
brace it up. Oh, yeah.
And it worked for like a year.
A year.
Out of that couch.
Brilliant.
That's what I would have done.
You have plausible deniability at that point. It's been a year.
And when it was discovered, was there any controversy?
So the plausible deniability didn't really work when they found like a bunch of like literal toys and Legos underneath to like prop it up.
What'd you do?
Yeah, it probably didn't come like that.
There's a support under there made out of Legos.
I don't know, man. Maybe that's where
For a year.
that's where the couch came.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
great. All
I
right.
could put it back together if I didn't get in trouble.
All right. Thanks, Frank.
What'd you do?
Appreciate it. All right. Next, we have Linda wants to comment on the first thing she thought about when Casey said the word couch. Hi, Linda. Good morning.
Good morning. It's Linda from the Villages, Florida.
Oh. Hey, Linda. I remember you. How you doing?
Hi. I'm doing good.
Excellent.
I'm on my way to work.
All right.
I just wanted to comment. My grandma Marcelini, who lived in South Philly, we would eat Sunday dinner at her house, and we hated sitting on her sofa because she had it plastic slip covered, even the matching pillows.
Yep.
And you would stick to that thing, and we wouldn't want to stand up because you'd rip the skin off the back of your leg.
Linda, I completely remember that. My neighbors and my good friend Randy Kostanowitz and his family, they had the entire living room, it seemed, was encased in that plastic.
Yep.
And the couch, the chairs, everything, the pillows, all encased in plastic.
Yeah.
Yes, even the lampshades. She had it all in plastic, and she had plastic runners from the front.
I was going to ask.
Yeah.
We had friends that had not only the plastic couch but the plastic runners.
We had that.
Too.
We didn't have the furniture sealed in plastic. And then when you'd lift up the plastic runners, you'd see how filthy the rest of the couch, the carpet was because
Carpet was.
Yeah.
That was all in South Philly.
All right. Of course. I love it. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate it.
You have a good day.
All right, you too. We'll see you. All right, we go next to Donna. We got to wrap this up in a second here. Hey, Donna, good morning.
Good morning. Sorry to bother you at work.
It's all right, Donna. What's up?
So, growing up with a dad who drank a lot, smoked even more, my sister and I woke up one morning, like 3 a.m, to smoke in our apartment, go out. He's putting out flames on our circa 1984 plaid hideous couch. And so he gets the flames out. The couch is just melted. He's paranoid that my grandmother, his mother, is going to find out and give him a rash of crap. So he just makes us throw a throw blanket over this thing for the next 4 years until he finally bought a new couch. We had to live with this crunchy, melted, god-awful couch. And my sister and I, every time we hear or say the word couch, that's immediately
you think of that couch.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's
the
awesome.
melted couch.
All right, thank you, Donna. I appreciate it. Do you remember,
Yep.
Steve? They used to run public service announcements that said "Don't smoke in bed."
Absolutely.
Like that was a regular thing.
So Jack Cassidy, David Cassidy's dad, died that way. There's been a series of people, and remember they had a commercial with all the celebrities who had died smoking in bed.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. Well, listen. Thank you for your calls and your texts. We appreciate that. And Casey, that certainly is an interesting question. You just said one word. What is the first thing you think of when you hear the word couch? Not necessarily just the first thing that pops in your mind.
Not your first memory.
Or your most memorable thing. Just that when you say that, the kind of word association, what comes to mind. And you could do that with a bunch of different words.
I think so, yeah.
Something interesting pop up. So, all right, well, thanks, Case.
Thank you, guys.
Casey's World.
Yay.
Yeah.
Casey's World.
All right, we're going to take a break. We have to go live on Fox Good Day. So that's why we're getting out right now. We're coming back with that and the Bizarre File. So stay with us. Be back in a moment.
And I got into it like that. So, and Casey, you want extra burnt scrapple? Put it in an air fryer,
dude. Okay, so my buddy Jeff, he told me about air frying scrapple. He's got the perfect combination. I haven't tried it yet.
Fries.
Kind of like French fries, Air fryers for fries are awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about just
burnt up
scrapple in there and let it burn.
Oh, I like that, man. All right, cool.
All right, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Have
it.
a wonderful day.
You too. And by the way, Bernie's, I mean, there are a few places that are like Delco. Like if you were to go the top 5 Delco food places, Bernie's is probably top 3 at least.
But there's a small chain called Bernie's. It's not that, right?
No. So Bernie's used to be sold.
You're thinking of H&R Block.
Yeah,
No.
Bernie's was at the bar. And I don't know if they also were in where they're at now, which is in Alden. But they're in Alden now, like on Providence Road. But that was the OG.
Bernie's is top 3 restaurants of all time, Delaware County.
Fooderies. I wouldn't even call it a restaurant.
Okay, so not.
It's a place that serves food for consumption where you can come in and sit down, but I wouldn't call it a restaurant.
Well, I don't know if you. I don't know if. No, I mean it's just a place where you go and you get your pretzels and you get a bag of pretzels and.
It's a standalone.
It's a standalone.
Okay, because the one that I'm thinking of, there's one in Glenside.
But you don't go there for dinner?
No, it's a soft pretzel place.
Oh, okay. All right. But it's one of the top 3 fooderies.
Fooderies in Delco. So it would
Do they
be
take reservations?
Bernie's, I don't think so. Bernie's, like Charlie's. I would throw Zach's in there as well.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
As a foodery.
As a foodery.
Not as a restaurant.
Yeah.
What would restaurants? Any idea? Or do you go to some of the finer dining in Delaware County or not?
Fine dining in Delaware County?
Okay, never mind. That's a stupid question. Let me go to Kyle. Hey, Kyle. Kyle, you're on the air. Good morning. Yo,
Good
Kyle,
morning.
what's
Sorry
up,
about
buddy?
you guys at work.
Oh, it's okay, Kyle.
It's all good. What's up, man?
Hey, sorry, cutting out a bit.
No problem.
For me, home fries and hush puppies.
Home fries, we just in the potato realm, I agree 1,000%. A burn on that. Hush puppies, I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, I like well done, crunchy hush puppies. Not a bad idea, Kyle. Very good.
You're talking about the food, not the shoe.
I'd wait for your response, but it's going to take 20 seconds. But thank you for the call.
Well,
I think it's our phone lines, by the way. It was happening yesterday with callers that were calling in. I think there's a slight delay.
Okay,
Yeah.
there might be. Marissa pulled up some suggestions from the texts, which are people that prefer certain foods burned. Grilled pineapple. Kathy, you're all over that.
Oh, yeah.
She hates cooked fruit.
I love grilled pineapple.
I love pineapple, though. I love pineapple.
You ever had it grilled?
Yeah,
It's good. It's even sweeter.
I used to despise pineapple. You know why? Because I was getting canned pineapple. When you get fresh pineapple, it's a world of difference.
Peppers and onions cooked over charcoal, someone says.
I love to eat charcoal.
ABBA. And I guess, charcoal does give you a flavor. It gives you a certain flavor in the food. All right, so this was on the list, and somebody had texted in about this. Burnt Cheez-Its are great.
Oh, really? Well, they have the extra dark Cheez-Its.
And I think that's what they're referring to. So there are ones that are like well done or extra toasty. That's what they're called. I have not had those.
I do those, and I also do the extra dark pretzels. And I believe Butts is the only one that does those.
But that would fall under the same umbrella that the caller said.
With the soft pretzels.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you have burned onions and home fries. There you go, Steve.
Man.
Toast.
Yeah. No. I can take a little bit of a burn on a toast. Yeah.
Not I think it for me personally, it crosses over a line of bitter, and I don't want to.
Toast is one of those words that could be singular or plural, right? I'm going to make some toasts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, don't say
Just
toast.
Yeah.
How many pieces?
Pieces of toast.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your toasts?
Be the same thing with bread, I guess. Can I have some breads? Various breads.
I do like
guess you
how
could.
some toasts are dessert-like and some are meal-like.
Like ones with raisins and cinnamon?
Cinnamon raisins.
Which, by the way, is great,
for
too.
real.
And toast that bread?
Yeah.
All right, here's one. I like to do this from time to time. Charred lettuce, believe it or not. So you take a head of romaine lettuce. Let's just think about that for a minute. You get some olive oil on it. You throw it on the grill.
All right.
And then you add your dressing to it afterwards, which a lot of times you can make your own, maybe just a little lemon and oil and salt and pepper for a really light dressing, or you can do like a Caesar or something like that. It's fantastic.
Really?
It's excellent. Yeah. What noise are you making?
No,
I saw your hand going like this. I'm We're jerking it.
Casey, don't jerk it on air.
All right. Burnt tips of kielbasa. Kielbasa is another one of those that you can char the outside of because it's already cooked through. Usually,
I think I would need anything in that kielbasa, any of that stuff. I would need it incinerated because I don't like it.
No?
I just don't like those meats.
My wife...
Kielbasi and bologna.
And I know people love it.
Yeah, I love them.
We made...
Polish sausage.
As a matter of fact, we had Irvine in, and we did the...
Crockpot challenge,
and he dug my kielbasa.
He did.
Even
I did. It was quite good.
Yeah, it's made like brown sugar and apples and what's that other stuff called? Sauerkraut.
Yes.
Okay, here's one I fully do not agree with at all. Burnt scrambled eggs. No.
To me, you'd have to go way off the charts. Burned scrambled eggs?
Eggs should be tender. No. They should never be firm. That's my personal opinion.
Little runny.
A little bit runny if possible.
No. Scrambled eggs? No, you know what?
I'm out on that.
I change it. I want them overcooked. I want my scrambled eggs.
No.
I don't like runny egg yolks.
Yeah.
I want a little run.
I want them burnt. I want them disgustingly incinerated.
I want to sop it up with my toast afterwards.
Rochelle burns her eggs.
She's wrong.
She says
she's right. That's why we slept together.
Problem with that. Baked mac and cheese on top. We already talked about that. Grilled barbecued chicken needs a char. Yep, I'll go along with that too. French onion soup cheese needs to be burned.
Yeah. Yep. It's funny. A soup that I love so much was responsible for one of my closest brushes with death.
Yeah. You can choke on that
You
stuff.
get that glob of cheese in your throat and you're, get it.
Chocolate chip cookies when burnt are pretty good.
No,
do you like
not.
burn?
Listen, this is my thing.
Yeah,
it's my jam. It's my John. The chocolate chip cookies in all versions, I don't want them incinerated, but a little burn around the edges with some milk adds a different taste complexion. I'm down with it.
Okay. Let me
brownies even.
Well, brownies is on this particular list, and I agree.
Okay.
A little, I do like it needs to be moist inside.
Yes,
but a little crunch texture on the outside is pretty good. We will go with Brent. Hi, Brent. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Wonderful, sir. We're talking about foods that might taste a little bit better when they are burned. What do you think?
I think the burn ends in the veggies, especially like you said, the asparagus.
Okay. Yeah, when you get the tips that are burnt a little bit.
It's so good.
Yeah,
and they get crunchy.
I do my own barbecuing, and a lot of times they're crunchy, but they're not overly cooked.
And you know, the benefit of the asparagus is what your piss will smell like.
Later on.
It's so amazing.
It keeps on giving. It's like beets. You pee red later on,
Yeah, it's
man.
like a reminder of a great meal.
Only for a split second you think you have a testicular cancer or something like that. I'm going to go to Dave.
I'm rotting from the inside. Oh, it's the beets.
Hi, Dave. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's up,
Hate
Dave?
to bother you guys at work. Hey,
thanks.
First-time caller here.
Awesome, man. All right, and we're talking about foods that might taste better burnt. What do you think?
Well, along the same lines of lettuce, cabbage.
Ooh.
If you guys ever use cabbage, you cut it in steaks, like portions of steak.
Okay.
Soak it in olive oil, salt, pepper, oregano, whatever you want to use. Hot, like say maybe some hot pepper or something.
Huh.
Burn it on the grill. You're gonna love it,
Dude, I will try that. That sounds really interesting.
You say you're cooking the cabbage like a steak?
Yeah, you can cut it thick enough and it'll hold together. Cabbage is really wound together tight.
Hey, Dave, do you do the same thing with the artichokes ever?
I have not, but we get the cabbage and it doesn't taste like anything when it's regular, right? When it comes out of the store, it doesn't really taste like much, but when you burn it, holy crap.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard that same approach grilling artichokes on
Thanks,
it.
Dave.
Yeah.
Wait, so artichoke, do you split it down the middle?
Yeah.
Lengthwise?
Yeah, or you can peel them in advance and then put you need a meaty one. You need a thick one, a veiny one.
Right.
But you can grill them individually, but it's a delicate thing.
Artichokes are a tricky thing, man.
They are.
Because they've got that fibrous material when you get towards the heart.
Yeah, you're not getting them much anyway. Even on the best ones.
It has a heart.
You got to work really hard to get very little on an artichoke.
Do you guys like it when people say okie dokie artichoke?
I do.
Okay.
I say it sometimes. Yeah.
Usually the next step is you're put into a home.
Right. I like a hunky-dory chicken tandoori.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that one either. Let's see. All right, we already got to that one.
All right.
Let's go to Ed. We got a couple of Eds. Hey, Ed, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Ed, sir. All right, food that tastes better burnt.
Well, seriously, I got to tell you, I'm literally taking notes. This is fantastic.
Good. We're good for something.
Especially about the vegetables. We recently got an air fryer.
Okay.
And the first time we used them, my wife burned green beans, and I was eating them like French fries.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
All right.
But
Yep.
The food I wanted to call about was baked ziti.
Yeah.
Or lasagna. Like that top, it's almost kind of like a crust with the cheese.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. That was number one, at least way up on the list. When you have that, like burnt mac and cheese, burnt baked ziti, burnt lasagna, it definitely, I think that enhances the taste dramatically.
I mean, I don't know if it's just the cheese or just like the macaroni. Sometimes it gets like a little harder. Just that change of consistency. I don't know. I go straight for it.
Yeah, burnt cheese.
Good to know. Thanks for the word, Ed. We appreciate it, buddy.
All right, guys.
All right. Let me go. Here's another one. Ed, talking about pretzels. But hey, Ed, good morning.
Hey, everybody. It's good to have you on the ba-ba-two, the ba-two, ba-ba. Oh,
You were doing so well.
Melding it along with you, Ed. Try it again.
Try it again.
Try it again.
All right. Hey, everybody. It's good to have you on the ba-ba-two, the ba-two, ba-ba-ba-doo, ba-ba-da.
Yeah, that's pretty close, right?
Closer. All
right.
Better. I like it.
Now do it backwards.
All right, Ed. What's up, man?
A Philly soft pretzel, without question, is absolutely the best when it is burnt.
All right, so
.com, and that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, thank you very much, Marissa. Wanted to pass this along while we're waiting to go on Fox Good Day. We got about a minute or so. But I heard that Brent Porsche has got some tickets for you to win, and these are solid. So he's got pit tickets for Ghost.
So pitted.
Yeah, so listen today through Thursday, and he's going to play a Ghost song during a show, and then you entered the song title on the contest page, WMMR.com. Each song is another chance to win, and for the double shot, that was yesterday, double shot Tuesday, you could do it for either of the time he played, but that's back then. This is now.
Yeah.
Some tickets remain for the show on sale now at Ticketmaster.com, but make sure you check out Brent for your opportunity to win pit tickets to see Ghost. And then there were 10 seconds left, and we were going on Fox Good Day. So I will turn the little thingy-do up here on the Who's He What's It, and we'll hear some music. And then we go on Tate Bay. There we go.
Hey, Preston, we found this survey that says that most Americans
experience only 252 good days a year. That seems really low.
Does it? I thought it seemed kind of high to be.
I
agree.
Yeah.
I'm with Mike. I think it seems kind of low.
Well, then y'all living good.
Well, you know what? I think that. Go ahead.
Oh, well, here's another part of it. The survey said that you'll know if you're going to have a good day by 8:30 in the morning. Would you agree with that, Preston?
No, I'll know if I'm going to have a bad day by 8:30 in the morning. It's hard to tell. Good days for me are like an end of the day assessment.
Yes,
it's
agreed.
not. I'm not getting into a zone and I'm like, man, this is a good day, because that good day can turn like that. And so therefore, later on, I can take a look back and go, yeah, today was a good day. I sound like Ice Cube when I say that.
You do, yeah.
But also, I think it's easier to know. And maybe I'm just a pessimist. I'm not really sure, but I can feel a bad day coming on. And it's kind of hard to break away from that if whatever circumstances are leading me down that path. But that's me. That's how I roll.
I'm an optimist, and I wouldn't say a cockeyed optimist because I can't bend over that far, but I would say that I always look at the day as a work in progress, and there's always hope springs eternal for turning a day around until you realize at the end, no, I'm going to put that in the no category. But I'm always trying to make it a good day. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. I think I know if it's going to be a good or bad day by 5:30 in the morning.
When you arrive at work?
Yes. Yeah.
And
it's hard to turn it around if it's a bad day.
I guess it also depends on how you quantify bad day.
Yes.
Because that like an okay day, I wouldn't call that a good day. You know what I mean?
A super volcano erupts.
Yeah.
That's a bad day.
That's a bad day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think, but can you, let me ask both of you, can you pull a day that has started off, you're halfway through and it's bad, can you pull it back and make it better?
I have a tough time because whatever made it bad, I linger on.
It's tough to consciously do that. It can happen, but I don't know if you can make it happen. I'm sorry, Alex, go ahead.
Right. No, it's fine. Unless I realize I'm having a bad day, so I actively do something to offset it. Like, let me watch my favorite show, or let me go meet up with my friends, let's do a happy hour, that kind of thing. Because let me tell you about my day. It's been horrible.
Well, alcohol can turn things around.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Nothing like deadening that pain.
She just makes it so much better when you're half in a coma. Yeah.
Mike, I got a piece of advice.
Drinks. Happy hour could be drinks. I mean, food.
There you go.
Hey, no, Alex is here to tell you, despite what you think, happy hour can be about drinking, too.
All right, Nick, you wanted to say
just real quick, Mike, I got a piece of advice one time, and it's hard to keep in mind in the moment, but if you're just having a bad moment and you can isolate the moment and it not make that the entire bad day and realize, okay, this is just a little spot in time in this day. The rest of the day can be okay. I know that that's difficult, but I try to keep that in mind sometimes.
Okay, isolate that one moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, makes
Don't
sense.
focus on it. Thank you.
All right. Well, today sucks.
Have a good day.
Have a good one.
All right. I mean, the show's called Good Day for crying out loud, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. I have some bizarre file stories. I'll tell you about other people's bad days. How about that?
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right, brought to you by Casey's team, the WMMR Rock and Rollers. You need to donate for the Bend of the Shore Bike Tour. It's coming up this weekend, July 20th. It's benefiting the Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation. You can visit PrestonandSteve.com for more information. So, customs officials, this is a wild story in Germany, released photos on Monday from a seizure of roughly 1,500 young tarantulas found inside plastic containers that had been hidden in chocolate sponge cake boxes shipped to an airport in the west of the country.
I would have eaten those tarantulas.
Customs officials found the shipment at Cologne Bonn Airport in a package that had arrived from Vietnam. tipped off by a noticeable smell that didn't resemble the expected aroma of the 7 kilograms of the confectionery treats.
This is crazy.
A spokesman, Jens Ashland, said, "My colleagues at the airport are regularly surprised by the contents of prohibited packages from all over the world. But the fact they found around 1,500 small plastic containers containing young tarantulas in this package left even the most experienced among them speechless. Many of the 8-legged creatures didn't survive the trip. In a suspected violation of German animal welfare rules, the survivors were given to the care of an expert handler. Criminal proceedings are underway against the intended recipients."
So to that point, Preston, that's why they'll do like 300 of something, because half of them don't survive.
Yeah. Right.
You know, and so it's a game of numbers, and it's particularly cruel.
A Florida man is behind bars on felony charges for a pair of Walmart sex toy heists.
Walmart has sex toys?
I was surprised at that, too. So that's what it said in this article.
Well, we knew that Target had them.
On their
online.
Yeah.
Not on
So,
the shelves.
I don't know. Maybe, who knows?
I mean, Walmart is such a sexy place.
I read another story that it might have been Spencer's, which makes more sense.
Yes.
But Jeffrey LaForge was arrested Friday on a pair of theft counts in which he is being held in lieu of $10,000 bond on 2 separate occasions. Police charged LaForge swiped a variety of adult toys from Walmart in South Pasadena, Florida. Store security cameras recorded LaForge removing the items from their packaging and then departing Walmart without paying for the pleasure devices. The $280 worth of stolen goods, which included the $31.44 tush toy and the $14.98 oral stroker, are listed in a police report.
That sounds like straight up real deal sex toys.
LaForge is also accused of stealing a Reese's peanut butter ice cream cup. It is unclear whether the sex toys were intended for personal use or for resale. Since merchandise was valued less than $1,000, the sex toy thefts would be normally charged as a misdemeanor. However, owing to LaForge's history of multiple theft convictions, the counts have been enhanced to felonies.
So, quick question, Sam, if you can lower the screen, there is raise it up to the top of the page. We're looking at the actual line of products. The hand. I mean, how lazy do you have to be? There is a faux hand for spanking.
No, it's not a faux hand. It's what's inside there. It's the jacket sleeve, Steve.
I see now.
The jacket sleeve being held by the hand.
You are all kinds of lazy if you're purchasing a phone, but now I see. Now I'm going to buy one. They're only $12.
A farmer in Oklahoma was killed by 2 water buffaloes that he purchased at a livestock auction.
In Oklahoma?
The day before, yeah. Police and fire personnel were called to a farm in Jones, Oklahoma, about an individual who had been attacked by the animals. Upon arrival, the first responders were initially unable to reach the victim due to the aggressive behavior of the animals. The first responders put down one of the buffaloes to get to the victim, who was identified as Bradley McMichael. He had multiple deep lacerations that proved to be fatal. The second buffalo was later put down after it became increasingly agitated and posed a threat to emergency personnel. The scene was being processed. McMichael had bought the animals at a livestock auction on Thursday. I didn't know they sold water buffaloes in Italy.
Neither did I.
Or in the U.S., but it is believed that while tending to the animals, he became trapped inside their enclosure. McMichael's family said that purchasing livestock was a passion for him, and a post on a Facebook page that appears to be for McMichael's farm called his death a tragic accident.
What would you use a water buffalo for?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think meat.
Maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's interesting, though, because water buffaloes, when you see them in the, videos of the African safari life, they're the victims.
Yeah.
They always are the meal. And
there's always 4 lions on their back.
They're getting their own back in Oklahoma by taking out this guy. Wow. And nightmare tenant left his apartment filled with 3,000 empty beer cans piled higher than the furniture after only paying rent once in 7 years. Landlords, this is in the UK, Sandra Considine and her husband Chris let out their 2-bedroom apartment to a friend in need of for a mere $30 a week in 2018. However, the couple claimed the man went quiet just weeks into the tenancy, blocked access to the property for the next 7 years as he refused to vacate and never paid rent.
What a nightmare.
The unnamed occupant finally moved out in January this year, allowing Sandra and Chris to reclaim access to the 2-bedroom apartment last month and assess the damage. Horrifying footage reveals the inhumane state of extreme filth which confronted the couple upon return to the property. It was discovered teeming with thousands of beer cans, many brimming with urine as they were scattered across nearly every room. And some of the most disgusting finds included bags of human feces and stacks of empty takeaway boxes. The tenant had also inflicted thousands of dollars worth of damage to the carpets, walls, furniture, kitchen, appliances, and the bathroom sink and toilet. Chris, who has been diagnosed with an incurable cancer and had to retire, says he is too unwell to deal with the aftermath alongside his wife, who is also frail. Chris said you can't believe it when you see it.
Here's a fun fact, Preston. That TV stand in the photograph that we're looking at the apartment, I have that same one.
You have the same one. So the tenant was a workmate of Chris's who had hit hard times and was on the brink of homelessness. Feeling sympathy for their friend, the couple took him into their flat to keep him off the streets under the agreement that he'd help paint the walls. He said, I'd spoken to him many times trying to get things sorted out, but always fobbed off with excuses and false promises.
It doesn't look like he painted the walls.
No. And then one last story, and this is messed up. It's a terrible one to end on, but a 19-year-old man was killed in California when he fell into a meat grinder at a food processing facility Sunday night. The man, whose name has not been released, was a member of
probably
the
Chuck now
sanitation crew at Tina's Burritos. At about 9:30 p.m., he fell into the meat grinder and was being described as an industrial accident. California Occupational Safety and Health Administration is expected to be at the facility this week.
You got to hope that's a quick death, right? Is it?
God, yes. I do not know. And that is what I have in the bizarre file for you this morning. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back in a moment. We got some stuff to give away this morning. We might fire up a game here in a little bit. So if you stay close, you might win. You might learn something.
Hey, something's gonna
Be back in a moment. Stay with us. Who said he orders them that way. How do you get are you taking a soft pretzel you might buy somewhere and then going home and burning it yourself, or how do you
keep
this?
a lighter in the car?
If I go there and I see that there's a burnt rack of pretzels, I'll ask for those.
You'll buy them all up.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
I have to try this.
At work, when they had pretzel day, and what I would do, I would, buy the pretzels, take them into the toaster oven,
okay,
put them in there and jack that thing up to like 450 for like 5 minutes. And come out. It's almost like eating a Snyder's hard sourdough.
Oh, yeah, I love those. I do love those. So I got to try the burnt soft pretzel. That sounds intriguing.
All right,
okay.
Ed, we'll give it a shot, man. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
Peace out.
I assume you do the
Peace
mustard
out.
or cheese with that, right?
Yeah.
So what I would used to do is the Dutch, the Snyder's, the big Dutch pretzels, the hard ones.
Yeah.
And then you'd get the cheese, the what is it? The
Cheese Whiz?
Cheese Whiz in like a body heated up. It's meant to be heated for dipping.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I go with mustard.
There's not one thing healthy about that experience.
By the way, somebody texted in, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Sure do, Peanut Chew. Thank you. All right, we'll go next to Bob. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. You guys rock.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you, Bob. All right, so a food that tastes better burnt.
Well, first of all, like one Ed said, I'm taking notes. Cheese curls. I never heard that. I'm going to try that.
All right.
All right. I fry oatmeal with olive oil, and I burn that a little bit.
You fry oatmeal with olive oil. I have never heard of that.
Yeah, before you put the gravy on it.
Where did you pick this up?
I made it up myself.
Okay.
And my oldest son, I'll tell you, he goes nuts. If I'm home and I'm making it, I got to make him some.
So oatmeal usually needs to be softened up a bit by water. So what's the consistency like? Are you using a lot of oil?
Well, what you do is first you make the oatmeal like normal, the instant oats. You put it in the water in the pot.
Yeah, okay.
And you get it normal. And then what you do is you get the olive oil in a frying pan, and you get that nice and hot.
Yep.
And you put this in there. You just make sure you leave it in there long enough just to burn, just a little bit brown.
Are you making like little patties, like little crab cakes out of oatmeal, or what?
Oh, no, I make like a big pancake.
Okay.
All right, my mind is reeling at this. Did you discover this recipe during a house fire?
No, it's just the way my mind works, I guess.
All right, and then do you throw anything on that? You throw some fruit on it or sugar?
Oh, you could throw whatever you want in there. You could throw cayenne pepper. You can put onion salt, whatever you want.
Onion salt? What the hell? So you're having savory oatmeal?
Oh, yes. You got
I always think of it as a sweet
So do I.
treat.
I love
so-
oatmeal.
Wow.
It's crunchy and soft at the same time. You got the best of both worlds.
All right,
Unique.
you're changing things up here. You're making my my mind freak out.
I like the unique thought. All right, thanks, Bob.
He's like you, Casey, because Casey, did you see what Casey did with the cinnamon toast crunch?
Yeah, he
that
made.
looked good.
What'd you make out of it?
French toast, yeah.
Cinnamon toast crunch, French toast.
So, would you crunch it up?
I crunched it up.
You batter and then dip it in that.
Yep.
Okay, that
Yeah.
sounds pretty good.
The only thing I would have
original
done,
idea.
Well, no. I mean, I initially follow Blackstone Griddle on
Not the
Instagram.
magician.
No, and they had Fruity Pebbles, and I don't have Fruity Pebbles. I have cinnamon toast, so I did it with that. The only thing I would have done differently is I would have crunched up the cereal a little bit finer, made it more of all powder.
I got you.
right.
Yeah, throw it in a processor, something like that, and doing it that way.
Martin's potato rolls commented on your recipe.
I
Casey.
know. Well, I tagged them on it because the other thing is I didn't have any bread in the house. The only thing I had left over were potato rolls from the cheeseburgers that I made on Saturday
And
night.
that worked well for you?
It did, as a matter of fact.
Those potato rolls were real.
I'm gonna go to Walter. Hi, Walter. How you doing, man?
Walter.
Walper, are you there?
Chris?
No.
Chris?
Is your name
Yeah,
Chris?
Yeah, my name's Chris.
Where the hell did Walter come from?
This is my version of good morning it to Connor.
All right.
I told him mine.
All right. What's up, buddy?
So I got married in 2009 to my wife, and she gave me 2 terms of divorce. One would be if I ever gave her a Dutch oven.
All right.
Okay,
And
yeah.
The other one is if I steal the little French fries that are burnt from like the batch before that accidentally make it into yours.
Sure.
She loves them.
All right.
I agree.
The itty bitty crunchy ones, they're almost potato chips.
They're really good.
Yeah, I like them too.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're amazing.
Would she like save those for last, or just savor in them and point out how much she loved them?
No. She will dig through the bin of French fries to find them.
You know what you should do? And honestly, put the whole relationship to the test. Do a Dutch oven, but when you put the blanket up over her head, between your legs is a bowl of those burnt French fries.
There you go.
I thought about that on April Fool's one time.
All right, thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, man. Or Walter, or whatever you want to go by. All right, so this was also on this list that got it started, and I'm going to let Marissa handle it. Hi, Marissa. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, so we're talking about foods that actually taste better if they're a little bit burned.
So I love burned food in general. Just like Casey, I love my chicken burned.
Yeah.
But I like pierogies, like you know how you normally boil them. I like to pan fry them, and I like them really, really crispy.
Mm-hmm. I
And
could see
carrots.
that.
I like pierogies.
It's kind of like, dumplings or pot stickers. I prefer them fried. I think they having a little crunch on the outside is yummy.
My mother used to make dumplings, and then when they got a little bit burnt, they were fantastic. Yeah. So are you a big pierogi aficionado, Marissa?
No, not really. I'm weird and I like them that way.
No, there's a great pierogi place on Henry Avenue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Roxborough. I think it's Roxborough. Yeah.
Hey, Marissa, do you what do you fry them in? Is it an oil or butter or what?
I just put butter in the pan with some garlic, and I just fry them up, get them really crispy, and they
stuff.
taste the best that way.
Yeah, can I come over?
Oh, anytime. Anytime.
All right, thank you. He'll bring.
Do you do goat
yoga? Hey, there was. Let's see. You know what? I thought of one that I used to like. Nick, we made the bologna sandwich here for you one time.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Nick Elmy did.
Yes.
Doesn't stand bologna.
I like it a little bit charred.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I do like
Yes.
it a little bit charred. I
Now-
think it tastes better.
So where is the char happening? Like, is it on both sides? Does it matter?
No, just on the outside.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't have to be on both sides.
All right.
but,
I will tell you this. I do not like regular bologna sandwiches, but grilled bologna sandwiches, I can swing that.
Nice.
You know, Chuck D'Amico loves to air fry pepperoni.
Oh, really?
Doesn't stand for pepperoni.
He doesn't stand for bologna.
Yeah, I bet that's like well done bacon. Like it's really crispy and falls apart really easily.
Who brought? There was somebody brought by. It was with syrup. Do you remember, Nick? They brought by this obscenely huge tray of like burnt bacon with like a syrup, and I was like, it was.
No.
I'm like, this is the greatest and most horrible thing in the world at the same time.
I want it back, though.
I want it back.
I want you back here in Philly.
Hello, bacon. We want you back.
They what was it? The farmers, not
Founding Farmers?
Yeah, founding farmers.
Yeah.
They have these things called bacon lollies.
Oh, what's that?
Which are it's on a little stick and it's a piece of well done bacon.
Oh wow!
That's got like a
wrapping something,
a candied type of sweetness on it.
I got
like
you.
that. It's pretty tasty.
Is it around a particular item or is it just the bacon?
A wedding ring.
What do you mean? Is it around?
Like is there scallop hidden within?
No.
No.
Just
why?
bacon.
Why? What makes you think the lolly part?
Yeah. Like
No. It's just
like a
it's on a
Tootsie
stick.
Pop.
All
It's
right.
on a stick like a lollipop.
I would stick a scallop in there and then wrap it with bacon and then make that the pop.
I like that too.
That almost becomes like a blow pop, but a different version with meat.
A scallop pop. Yeah.
Because a blow pop had gum in the middle of it, right?
Yeah.
Or
Layers.
Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Pop has Tootsie Roll. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, remember Tootsie Pop Drops? Those
Yes.
were.
I loved those.
Yeah. I like scallop drops. They were my favorite as a kid.
Candy covered scallops.
These are great, Mom.
Yeah.
Do they make Tootsie Pop
How many
Drops
licks
anymore?
does it take to get to the center of a scallop pop?
These are birth control pops.
Wow. All right. Anyway, clearly we could talk all day about this because our text messages are lighting up like crazy and so are our phone lines, but we have to take a break. But I thought it was an interesting look at foods that might taste better with a little burn on them, if you will. By the way, do you say burned or burnt?
I would say... I say burnt. I don't know. Burned, I guess, and burnt is adequate as well.
All right. Anyway, thank you for your calls. We appreciate it. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back in a second. We'll dive into the bazaar when we get back. Stay with us. Tuesday, today's chance for you to win a Preston and Steve tattoo. So text word tattoo to 39333, and that is from Floating World Tattoo and Piercing. Just wanted to mention that Nick saw a bare naked booby in the wild yesterday.
In the wild.
In the wild.
And not a bird.
Because if you go to a strip club or something like that, that's like going to the zoo.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. No,
yes.
no big deal.
Sure. You get to appreciate, and you can look longer than you normally would.
Right.
But when it's in the wild, there's something more exciting about that.
You just don't expect it.
Right.
Yeah. Even though you've set up a blind and have binoculars.
Right.
And Steve, I did not at all expect it, so much so that it was, I believe, a triple take when I spotted said booby in the wild. I was at a grocery store, and this she was probably mid to late 30s, maybe early 40s, very attractive woman. She was coming out of the bathroom, and I was walking towards where the bathrooms were. So we were walking in opposite directions, and she had a nice breasts. And,
she had a nice breast. This woman, so I'm in the supermarket and she's got a nice breast.
She'd paid for these breasts.
Oh, after factory, as they say.
Yes, so they were sort of display to begin with.
Right.
It was a low-cut top.
Right.
And so she was coming out of the bathroom. And so the part of the reason why I brought it up is I'm curious, Kathy or Marissa, like how this could actually happen. Because she was clearly not wearing a bra. And my guess was, when she went to the bathroom, when she was in the facilities, maybe she was lifting her shirt back up, like, after tucking her pants back in or whatever.
Where was the boob hanging out from?
It was left boob.
Under?
And, no, to the side.
Cleavage?
So the shift, the cleavage shift had gone from in the middle of the boobs to the right boob entirely.
I gotcha.
And so the left one was fully exposed.
So it was
Wait.
I don't understand.
Hold on. The left boob was coming out of the cleavage part, the V?
No, I'm sorry. The left boob was coming out of the left side. So like the
like the tank top. Was it a tank top?
It was a tank top.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was a low cut tank top.
3 WMMR.
All right, thank you, Marissa. You know what? We haven't fired up our Zoom in a little while, so we have some stuff to give away, and we're going to do a contest, and people who are available to participate through Zoom are going to be invited to play along right now.
When we went for 9.5 years without an operating phone system, we employed Zoom and actually thought it was kind of fun in some ways. So and you seem to enjoy it, so it's worth taking out now and then.
And we want to make sure that it still does work properly, because if you don't do things for a little while, sometimes you try it and it's like, oh, guess what? That doesn't work anymore.
Like having sex with your couch.
So here's what we're going to do, and I'll tell you what the game is, but if you're interested in doing this, you text the word Zoom to 610-660-9333. Then we will send you the link, and then you can join us via Zoom. And then Marissa and Sam in the other room there are going to put you guys up randomly to play a game. And what game are we going to play? Am I doing this one? Here we go.
It's time for Preston Elliott's rock trivia game that no one would play with him. Yeah!
So text the word Zoom to 610-660-9333. We'll send you the link. And if you don't know the history of Preston Elliott's rock trivia game that no one would play with him, is we had an 80s rock trivia or 80s music Trivial Pursuit game at my house. And it sat there for years untouched. My wife doesn't play Trivial Pursuit. My kids don't know the music of the 80s like I do. Nobody would want to play, and it just sat there mocking me because I always want to play it. And I don't just break open trivia games and start going through to play alone. I actually want to play the game.
Well, you're the most game-playing family I know.
Yeah, we
so
do
that
play
to
a
me
lot.
was an anomaly that you couldn't get one person in the house to play the rock trivia game that no one would play with you.
So Steve Morrison, in sympathy to me, said, well, why don't we test you here, Preston, and we'll do this. So the way it works is you Zoom in, you connect with me. Steve's going to ask me a question. Your part is very simple. You either agree or disagree with me. Now, when you do the agree or disagree game, I'm not just going to hand it over to you and go, I don't know. I have to kind of play along and maybe pretend like I know the answer when I really don't. And that's where you have to kind of either use your BS meter or maybe you know your rock trivia and you'll know the answer to it.
It's not like you don't have the bona fides here. You're a music director. You've been in radio for a long time and you're a musician. So you know a lot of stuff, but you don't know everything.
Exactly. So, and also there's a special little clip. So am I playing this now or should I wait a moment?
Here's the deal. In the industry, people have caught wind of this this game. And of course, it's redefining popular music as we know it. So somebody from your past has reached out and left a message for you, and it's amazing that he would take the time.
Okay, well, let's listen to this, and then I'm going to tell you what prizes, because we do have some good ones to give away, but this, I don't know what this is, so here we go. Hang on.
Preston! I remember you as Kenny from our backstage interview many years ago. I later found out you were caught off guard by our chat, and that it was one of your first interviews ever. Well, I would love to say I had no idea, but the truth is, I remember having the strong feeling you were just seconds away from totally shitting yourself. My God. Anyway, whipsy-doodly-doo!
Oh, my God.
Have a great time playing Preston Elliott's rock trivia game that no one will play with you. What the f*** does that mean?
Sir Paul.
Wow.
He called.
Isn't that sweet?
That's amazing.
I'm telling you.
And
I've
never heard him curse. So
that man is a saint.
It's just unbelievable.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard Paul curse either, to be honest.
And it may not even be. In fact, it isn't Paul. But it sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
All right, so here's what we're going to give away. We have 4 packs of tickets for the Fantastic Four screening that is coming up. It's an advanced screening on July 23rd, 7 p.m. at AMC Cherry Hill, brought to you by Marvel Studios. Or we have 4 pairs of tickets for the Phillies game on Tuesday against the Red Sox. And it is Y2K Retro Night, by the way, celebrating the year 2000. And winners of these tickets will also get field passes to watch a post-game free concert performed by Nelly.
Oh, wow. St. Louis's own, right?
Nelly. Yeah, St. Louis's own. My wife loves Nelly. I need to tell her about this. We need to go to this game, actually.
Whoa.
So that's next Tuesday.
What about this Nelly?
That's Nell.
That's Nell.
That's Nell, not
Nelly.
Okay.
So they should do Nell Night, right?
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah. Bring your own con-con.
Have her do the anthem.
Yeah.
Like 4 people that would get that joke.
Oh my God. All right, so anyhow, so we have 7 prizes to give away, but not everybody's going to win. And I don't know, we might get a winner every single time. Who the hell knows? But we're going to try out Preston Elliott's rock trivia game that no one would play with him. So we ready to try out our first contestant? Marissa's holding up her finger, which means 1 moment. Press.
Well, it depends on the finger.
Okay, it looks like we got somebody ready to go. Yeah! All right, let's get him on. And via Zoom, we are welcoming Andy. Hey, Andy, how you doing, bud?
Good. How are you guys?
Wonderful. You're all snappily dressed in your suit and tie, headed to work, I assume.
Yeah.
All right, my man.
Or
All right.
just likes to look presentable at Wawa.
That too?
Yeah.
All right, so we're doing rock trivia. You ready to play?
Yeah, sure.
All right, they get the advantage of seeing my face.
Yes,
too.
your reaction, so they'll pay attention. Now he's driving, so make sure you're careful.
Yep.
Here is the question for Preston, and you can agree or disagree with his answer, Andy. Which heavy metal band formed in 1975 features a horror-themed mascot named Eddie on most of their album covers?
I wonder, and I don't know if I'm saying this right or not, if that might be Iron Maiden.
Preston says Iron Maiden. Do you agree or disagree?
I'll agree.
He's agreeing.
That's correct!
We got a winner. And what are we going to give Andy for this prize?
Andy, we have a 4-pack of tickets to an advanced screening of Fantastic Four, The First Steps, on July 23rd at 7 p.m. at AMC Cherry Hill. This is brought to you by Marvel Studios. The Fantastic Four, First Steps, only in theaters July 25th.
Sound good, Andy?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So here's what you're going to do. You can go ahead and hang up. After the game is over, we're going to contact you and give you all the information you need. All right, bud?
All right, cool. Thanks.
Excellent. Thank you. Andy's our winner.
On Zoom.
All
it's
right.
kind of fun to see the people calling in, too. I do enjoy it.
I do like it, too. All right, so we got another one.
Preston Elliott's Rock Trivia Game.
All right, our next contestant is David. What's up, David?
Hey, what's going on, Preston?
Nice to
Dave
see
the
you,
Home
bud.
Inspector, how are you?
Good. What'd you say?
I said it's Dave the Home Inspector.
Dave the Home Inspector.
The Home Inspector with a special detector. I don't know. All right. Well, anyway, you ready to play the game, brother?
I'm always ready. Let's go.
All right, David, here we go.
All right, David. This is the question for Preston. Do you agree or disagree? Who was the lead vocalist for Deep Purple during the recording of their iconic 1972 song, Smoke on the Water?
I would say the singer of Deep Purple at that time was a gentleman by the name of Ian Gillan.
He says Ian Gillan. Do you agree or disagree?
I trust Preston, so I'm going to agree.
That is right! He also wrote the lyrics.
Absolutely correct. And so, Case, what we giving David?
David, for you, we have a pair of tickets to see the Phillies play on Tuesday, July 22nd versus the Boston Red Sox at Citizens Bank Park. It is Y2K Retro Night celebrating the year 2000. Winners will also get field passes to watch post-game free concert performed by Nelly. Presented by Jim B.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
You got it, bud. All right, so you can hang up. We'll contact you in a little bit. Nick, do me a favor. Look up Deep Purple, because I think before Ian was the lead singer, they had a different singer, or I'm totally messing up my rock trivia.
The one who's saying it's getting con in here.
But I just want to double check on that and see if there was another singer.
There were a whole bunch of vocalist Rod Evans. Does that ring a bell? Guitarist Richie Blackmore, bassist Nick.
Yeah, founded by Rod Evans. Yeah. Okay, I thought they had a singer before. Ian was the guy who really owned the band vocally after a while, but I thought there was somebody else and I just didn't remember that name. All right, we have another contestant up for our rock trivia game. And we're going to go to Tina. Hi, Tina. Good morning.
Hey, bitches.
Hey, what? All right, Tina, where are you calling or where are you zooming from this morning?
I'm zooming from West Effort, and I just want to let you know today is my birthday.
Happy birthday. All right, Tina, we got to make you a winner then. How's your rock trivia games? Pretty decent?
It's okay. It's not too bad. Pretty decent.
All right, well, play along with me and we'll see how you do.
Remember, Tina, you have the advantage of being able to agree or disagree with the answer. So we're going to ask that question to Preston right now. Preston, which band released the album Iowa in 2001 following up their self-titled debut?
Why is the name escaping me? Hang on a second. I know this. Slipknot.
Preston says Slipknot. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
That's right!
I honestly couldn't think of the band name for
You actually
what?
I thought you were just throwing the guess out there.
too.
That's
No,
crazy.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know it. I know who's in the band. What is the name of the band? I can't remember. It's when you're put on the spot, man.
Yeah.
Stuff that you know.
I'm not good at that.
You're distracted by the pressure.
Do you know what someone told me to do? And I'll let you get to this. Sometimes if you're in the mood, watch Jeopardy. pause after the clue and give yourself a couple of seconds extra.
You'll get it.
More often than not, you'll get it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the key is getting it at the speed they get it.
All right, Tina, here's what we have for you.
And Tina, I'm so happy birthday, by the way. I'm so glad you won. You just got yourself a pair of Phillies tickets for the game on Tuesday, July 22nd versus the Boston Red Sox at Citizens Bank Park. It is Y2K Retro Night celebrating the year 2000. Winners will also get field passes to watch a post-game free concert performed by Nelly, presented by Jim Beam.
Hey, Tina, can you hear the music?
I can't.
Oh, I was going to say do a little dance move for us or something like that. Being excited. All right, it's all good, Tina. Thank you for checking in, and congratulations and happy birthday to you.
Love you guys.
Love you too. You can hang up. We'll get in touch with you in just a moment, and we'll let you know what you have or what you need to do to get those tickets and all that. Hey, we're moving product here.
We're doing pretty well.
We're 100% at this point in time, so we're going to bring up another Zoomer. Yeah, Tina, there we go. Tina hung up. All right, we have another contestant on the line. We're playing our game.
Preston Elliott's Rock Trivia Game.
Guys, this is Justin. Say hi to
Justin!
Hong Kong, guys.
Kong
to you, Justin.
Kong.
Justin, where are you calling from or zooming from this morning?
Jefferson Hospital, right on Broad Street. I am known as Snack Daddy here because I restock the vending machine.
Nice. It says on your shirt, American food and... Vendor. Yes. Okay, cool.
So you're a popular guy, the Snack Daddy. Do you ever, well, I don't want to get you in trouble, but
No, go ahead. I don't
you can
care.
float some snacks every now and then for, a little trade for people.
Maybe on the wall.
All right, let's give this a shot. You ready to try this out, Justin?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Justin, remember you can agree or disagree with Preston's answer. And the question for Preston is, which band's 1982 album, Black Metal, is credited with inspiring the name of an entire sub-genre? I'll say that again. Which band's 1982 album, Black Metal, is credited with inspiring the name of an entire subgenre?
Wow. So early 80s, metal was starting to, metal had already happened, but then it was starting to come into its own, and we were starting to get people with really outrageous outfits and cool stuff like that. I'm going to say that the band was Wasp. What do you think, Justin?
You sound so knowledgeable. I agree. I think he's right.
No.
I was totally guessing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was, the name of the band is Venom.
Venom.
Pretty close, bro.
Yeah.
Venom and Wasp are two different bands.
It's in the ballpark. Justin, I'm sorry I let you down, man, but
It's all good.
thanks for checking in, bud. We appreciate
Well,
it.
the positive way to think about it is Justin let himself down.
So I thought, thinking of the subgenre, so Wasp was a crazy band. The cover of their album had it was a close-up of a guy's crotch with a saw blade coming out of it.
Oh my God. There you go.
And man, who was the lead singer? Blackie Lawless. He had sharpened his incisors.
I remember that.
And so they were starting to take, that performance metal to another level. And I actually thought maybe Wasp might have had had an album called that. But Venom sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't know much about them. All right, that's okay. We got more stuff to give away. Yeah! Let's get our next contestant on the line. We've got, is this Brett? Hey, Brett.
Hey, what's up, fools?
Yo, bud. Riding shotgun today. Who's driving?
Hell yeah, Ryan Miller, man.
Ryan! How you doing, man? Looks like, are those fishing poles in the back there? Is that what I see in the back of that truck?
I came up from Florida to work with my buddy, just hanging out, digging some holes,
All right.
for a couple weeks. I'm a Florida man.
Yes. Nice. All right, well, let's see if you can go back to FLA with something in your pocket. You ready to play the game?
Hell yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. This is for Preston. Remember, you can agree or disagree with his answer. At the 2024 Grammy Awards, which band made history as the first female-fronted band to win Best Rock Album?
First female-fronted band to win Best Rock Album. I am going to say Linkin Park.
He says Linkin Park.
24? Yeah, right. I'm going to go with my man Preston and say yes. I agree.
No.
Damn it, that was 2025.
Dude, I thought you were right.
It was 2025. I was wrong.
Paramore.
Who is it?
Paramore.
Yeah.
Pseudo rock band.
Yeah.
I mean, they are a rock band. Dude, I'm sorry. Brett, I got the year wrong.
Get tickets anyway because I got to go see the Phillies while I'm up here. So.
All right.
Got it.
Appreciate it, brother. We'll see you later.
All right, brother.
Yeah,
Later.
it's because Linkin Park did win a Grammy.
Yeah.
It might have been for best song, not album.
Yeah.
And of course, they have the new female singer in the band, so that's where my
It's a
mind
good
was.
guess.
I wasn't trying to throw them off. I thought I had the correct answer. And actually, Paramore is a band I need to really kind of check out. I only know a song or two. You can hang up, by the way, Brett. Thank you, brother, so we can get another Zoomer up here. But I really haven't delved into their catalog too much.
Yeah. I remember I like the stuff that I've heard.
Marissa, do I need to make him hang up?
Nope,
oh, no. Okay, there we go.
I'm
Good to
make
go.
you hang up.
All right, you better hang up.
I'll make you hang up.
Yeah. All right, we have another Zoomers on the line. We're playing our game.
Preston Elliott's Rock Trivia Game.
And now we go to the great outdoors. Joining us via Zoom is Jessica. Hi there, Jessica.
Hello.
And where is this wonderful scene that you're standing in front of?
I am in the Poconos right now.
Ah, nice, in the Poconos.
Gorgeous.
What area of the Poconos?
Mount Pocono?
Oh, sure.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Excellent. All right, you ready to try this game out?
Of course.
All right, let's see how we do.
All right, I'm going to float one that I think might be easier. I don't know. We'll see if Preston can do this. What was the name, Preston, of Metallica's bassist who died tragically in a bus accident in 1986 during the band's European tour?
Legendary story. And
there.
It's Cliff. Do I need the last name too?
It would help.
Son of a bitch. I know it's not Richard because Cliff Richard is a British artist. So, hang on, it's going to come to me.
I'll give you a few seconds. Yeah.
Cliff Lipschitz.
Preston says Cliff Lipschitz. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
Oh, no.
I handed you that one, Jessica.
Jessica, we wanted you to win this.
No, is Cliff Burton?
Cliff Burton.
Damn it.
Yeah, the tour bus flipped over in Sweden is the legendary. We really tried for you.
Sorry, Jessica. I appreciate it. Thanks for checking in with us.
At least she's lakeside right now.
Yeah, I know. She's in a beautiful spot right now. I don't know why I couldn't think of Burton until the last second there.
It's the bitch of it when you're put under the
when you're put on the spot, man. I know there are people yelling at the radio, you moron! Everybody that's in a Metallica knows that.
Here's a sexy shot we got.
Yeah, we got Mark joining us via Zoom. Hey, Mark, how you doing? That's a bingo.
Well, thank you.
Are you in bed right now?
A little bit.
A little bit. Pan down a little bit. We're only seeing you at the very bottom. Is there any body to you? Oh, there you go. Okay, nice.
Jammies.
All right, where are you zooming in from today, Mark?
Chad's Ford.
Chad's Ford, beautiful part of we had the Poconos, Chad's Ford. They're both very scenic. All right, let's try the Preston Elliott Rock Trivia game. Yeah! See if you can be a winner.
All right, you can agree or disagree. Don't forget that is your option. And if he happens to say Lipschitz again, I would disagree. All right. Which Radiohead album released in 2000 marked a shift to electronic sounds and includes tracks like Idiotech and Everything in Its Right Place? I'm going to say that again. Which Radiohead album released in 2000 marked a shift to electronic sounds and includes tracks like Idiotech and Everything in Its Right Place?
I have to go. So my Radiohead knowledge is, I will admit, is limited, but I have to go with OK Computer.
He admits his knowledge is limited. He's saying OK Computer.
I'll agree.
No. It is Kid A.
Kid A. Nice. See, I knew that title when I was taking a shot. All right. Sorry, Mark. Resume bed.
All right, go back, Betty. Bye.
All right. We'll see you later.
Settle on Kong Kong.
Yeah. All right. Let's get another Zoomer up there. And let's see if we can give away. We have how many more pairs of each and every what? We have
2
4
of each. Yeah, right. So we have 2 4-packs for Fantastic Four, and we have 2 pairs of tickets for the Phils.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So Preston Elliott's Rock Trivia Game. Nobody would play it with me except for you, Liam. How you doing, man?
Hey.
Hey, a little situation. So there, where are you checking in from today, Liam?
Hey! I am checking in outside of dropping my girlfriend off of work and on my way to jury duty.
Jury duty today. All right. Is this day one of jury duty?
Day 2 of being up for selection.
Okay. All right. So all you got to do is get through today and you'll be good.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep our fingers crossed for you.
Good luck to you.
Remember, you can agree or disagree with this answer. We're going to ask the question to Preston right now, which is which guitarist, Preston, played on Ozzy Osbourne's albums Bark at the Moon and The Ultimate Sin in the 1980s?
Bark at the Moon and Ultimate Sin
in the 1980s. Which guitarist played on Ozzy's albums?
That is, hang on a second here, Vivian Campbell.
He says Vivian Campbell. Do you agree or disagree?
I'm going to have to disagree.
You are right. Yes.
All right, let me guess again. I don't think it was Zakk Wylde. I think he came later. Right. And it definitely wasn't Randy Rhoads because he was gone by then. Was it Adrian Vandenberg?
Jakey Lee.
Jakey Lee. Damn it.
Man.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay.
Jakey
all right.
Lee.
All
Well
good.
done.
You win,
You
Liam.
win.
Yeah. All right. What we got for him, Case?
Liam, you got a 4-pack of tickets to an advanced screening of Fantastic Four, The First Steps, on July 23rd at 7 p.m. AMC Cherry Hill, brought to you by Marvel Studios. The Fantastic Four, First Steps, only in theaters on July 25th.
Nice job. All right, Liam, we're going to call you back, but good luck with jury duty. All right, man?
Appreciate it. Gadzooks, guys.
Gadzooks, buddy. Yeah, so Adrian Vandenberg and Vivian Campbell, I think, were both in Whitesnake at one point. They had members that came in and out. But, man, I forgot about Jakey Lee.
Who would you say of those guitarists, because he had a roster, was Randy Rhoads the best?
Randy Rhoads was an innovator.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like, when he came onto the scene, people were blown away. I had friends that were guitarists that were like, you got to hear this guy. And, you know, he was like neck and neck with Eddie Van Halen.
Right.
At the time. And Eddie was a little more inventive, I think. But Randy was probably considered more legendary than all those other guys. And, of course, his life was tragically cut short, which makes his legend loom even larger.
Yep.
So. All right, we have our next contestant up, and it's Joe. All right, Joe, how you doing, man?
Good. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for zooming in. Where are you checking in from?
The beautiful yet stinky Kennett Square.
Beautiful and stinky Kennett Square. All those mushrooms.
Smells like poop.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You ready to play, bud?
Yes.
All right. Remember, you can agree or disagree with Preston's answer. And that question I'm going to ask Preston is, which band released the 1984 album Tooth and Nail, featuring hits like Into the Fire?
Dude, we are rocking like docking.
Yeah.
Joe
He confidently says docking.
I'll agree.
He is right. Yeah.
Oh, I got one, and you did too, Joe. Here's what we have for you.
Joe, you have our final 4-pack of tickets to an advanced screening of Fantastic Four, The First Steps, on July 23rd, 7 p.m. AMC Cherry Hill, brought to you by Marvel Studios. The Fantastic Four, First Steps, only in theaters July 25th.
All right, congratulations, Joe. We'll call you back, all right, brother?
Well, thank you so much.
You got it, bud. You know, it would be embarrassing, but maybe kind of fun, and I know he would destroy me in this game, but to face off against Jackie Bam
He
Bam.
would crush you.
He would.
No,
Yeah.
He absolutely, he would have known Jakey Lee like that.
He would have, but does Jackie suffer from the same
under pressure?
Because I know
I
that
think
I
so.
do.
Yeah.
And I remember when you were doing, was it in the cross country trip? What game were we playing where he was like
Just drawing a blank,
and getting very flustered?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
No, but I know what you mean. I
Yeah.
think the pressure might be.
You might be on even footing with that.
All right, we have our next guest up, and he's been to our blood drive because he's wearing our most recent blood drive shirt. We got Alex joining us. Hey, Alex, how you doing, man?
Hey, good morning.
Thanks for zooming in. Where are you today?
I'm in Flowertown.
Flowertown.
I'm next one town over. I'm Mount Airy. So
yeah,
very cool. All right. So remember, you do have the option to agree or disagree with this answer that Preston gives. And then Preston, the question is, what 2003 album by Evanescence, featuring Amy Lee on vocals, included the Grammy-winning song "Bring Me to Life"?
Bring Me to Life. That album is called Black Heart.
He says Black Heart.
All right. I have no idea. I'll just agree because Preston's such an expert. So fingers crossed.
Uncross those fingers.
As a guess.
Right. it is Fallen.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was the name of the album. I don't know much about Evanescence, unfortunately. Alex, sorry, bud. I had to pull the wool over your eyes on that one, but thanks for coming out to the blood drive. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks.
All right, take care. We'll see you, man. Gadzooks, man.
Gadzooks.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just know Evanescence songs. But
great songs.
Fallen's a great tune, by the way. I didn't know it was an album, the title track.
Just real quick, he was wearing the Blood Drive shirt. I think that's my favorite Blood Drive shirt that we've ever put out. I wore it again yesterday. Chuck wore his over the weekend. It's just really cool. I love the design that the listener put together. It was Katie, right, that did that for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really cool to see it out and about.
Definitely. All right, we have another contestant. How many more prizes, Case? I'm sorry, I've lost track.
Just 2.
2 left. All right, we got to get 2 winners. Let's hope it's Robert that's joining us. Hey, Robert. Morning, bud.
Hey, Gadzooks, guys.
Gadzooks. Where are you zooming in from?
Beautiful, sunny Gilbertsville.
Gilbertsville. Look at how steamy that looks. It looks like you're in a fog bank, man. And that's just the humidity. Wow. Yeah. All right, well, let's make it more tolerable. Steve?
All right. And again, you can agree or disagree. And you see how everything's been going here. So you do have the advantage of seeing Preston's face when he answers because you're on Zoom. The question for Preston is, which British band released an album in 2006 which includes the hit Supermassive Black Hole?
Repeat the question one more time, please.
Which British band released an album in 2006 which included the hit Supermassive Black Hole?
Man, Supermassive Black Hole. 2006, you say?
2006 was the year I cited in my query.
I know this. I know that name.
You do know it.
Yeah.
You know it so badly.
The Struts.
He says the Struts. Do you agree or disagree?
I'm going to respectfully disagree.
Good. Yes, it was Muse. Yes, you win.
Yeah, I just couldn't get it. Put my finger on
it.
And you knew it. And I think British band, Struts.
Yeah.
Struts.
I went to it. So that means we got a winner.
It hurts me not to be able to help you in that situation.
I know.
I've only known 2 answers, and that was one of them. But for you, Robert, you just won a pair of Phillies tickets for the game on Tuesday, July 22nd versus the Boston Red Sox at Citizens Bank Park. And by the way, it is Y2K Retro Night celebrating the year 2000. Winners also get field passes to watch a post-game free concert performed by Nelly, presented by Jim Beam.
All right, you got it, Robert.
Guys.
We'll call you back. All right, buddy. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, you rock.
Thanks.
Kristen did the Blood Drive shirt, not Katie. My apologies. Kristen did that shirt.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kristen. All right, so we got one more prize to give away. Let's see if...
What the hell?
It looks like
We're watching via Zoom right now. Keith is checking in with us, and he's got a background, which is a fireman's badge or his helmet display, but he's moving around. This looks like an 1980s music video.
Yeah.
Hey, Keith, how you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Good morning to see you.
Good morning, Ed. All right, Keith, where are you checking in from?
East Hampton, New Jersey.
And are you a firefighter in East Hampton?
Yeah, I'm also I'm currently driving a trash truck.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what that big handle is. Is that the big front scoop thing that picks up the trash?
Yeah, the one-arm truck. That's my remote control.
Wow.
Very nice. It looks very cool. Very video game controller. I love it.
All right, let's play the game.
All right, and remember you can agree and or disagree. All right, and the question for Preston is, I think this is fairly easy.
Okay.
Which band's album, The Battle at Garden's Gate, debuted at number 7 on the Billboard 200 in April 2021, topping both the rock albums and hard rock albums charts?
All right, April 2021. And what was the name of the album again?
The Battle at Garden's Gate.
2021, The Battle at Garden's Gate, and it peaked at number 7, or debuted at number 7.
Number 7 on the Billboard 200 in April 2021, topping the rock albums and hard rock albums charts.
Okay, album
2021.
Rock albums.
The Battle at Garden's Gate.
I am going to say that is. Hold on. Dirty Honey.
He says, Dirty Honey. Are you going to agree or disagree?
I'm going to have to trust his expertise, and I will agree.
No. It was Greta Van Fleet.
Oh, man.
So close.
Didn't know it.
Yeah.
Just flat out didn't know it. I apologize for lying, Keith, but thanks for checking in.
That's how the
man.
game is played.
Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, I'm the current stuff I fall apart on.
All right.
That's all good. But we still have one more prize to give away. Do you have enough
I do.
questions?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get somebody else up, and we'll see if we can get a winner. And Keith is touching the screen.
He's trying to
hang up. I know. All right, let's go to another gentleman who's dressed for success this morning, and we have Bruce joining us. Hey, Bruce, how you doing?
Yeah, Zeus, it's good morning at you.
Good morning at you, brother. All right, so you're wearing the high visibility vest. What are you doing this morning work-wise?
I'm a landscaper over here at UPenn.
Oh, dude.
Dude, heart goes out to you.
How tough has it been this week?
Of course, at this point, dude.
Hey, yeah, how tough has it been this week, dude?
It's all the same. Par for the course, bro.
All right, par for the course. That's what he said.
Yeah.
All right, let's play the game. Let's get you moving. Here we go.
All right. And remember, you do have the option to agree or disagree. And we're going to ask the question to Preston right now, which is, which heavy metal band released a live album in Japan in the 1970s featuring songs like Victim of Changes and Diamonds and Rust?
1970s.
Featuring songs like Victim of Changes and Diamonds and Rust. It was a live album recorded in Japan.
Let's go with Kiss.
He says Kiss. Do you agree or disagree?
I'm going to disagree.
Good, because it was Judas Priest.
Hey, we got our winner! Yes! All right, Case, what are we giving him?
Hey, Bruce, you got a pair of tickets to see the Phillies on the game on Tuesday, July 22nd against the Boston Red Sox at Citizens Bank Park. It is Y2K Retro Night celebrating the year 2000. Winners also get field passes to watch a post-game free concert performed by this guy right here, Nelly, presented by Jim Beam.
Excellent. Congratulations, Bruce. Enjoy, my man.
Hey, guys, thank you.
You got it.
Thank you very
And
much, fellas.
you can hang up and we will contact you. So there it is, gang. We have played it once again. It's been a while.
Preston Elliott's Rock Trivia Game. Yeah!
Good question, Steve. Thank you.
Oh, well, no problem.
Definitely. I don't want gimmies. I want some that'll challenge me, and I need to work a little bit harder on my knowledge.
Well, you did. And I tried to span the musical deal, and you got a special message and everything.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney loves the game.
Preston! I remember you as Kenny from our backstage interview many years ago. I later found out you were caught off guard by our chat and that it was one of your first interviews ever. Well, I would love to say I had no idea, but the truth is I remember having the strong feeling you were just seconds away from totally shitting yourself. My God. Anyway, whipsy-doodly-doo. Have a great time playing Preston Elliott's rock trivia game that no one will play with you. What the f*** does that mean?
All right.
So-
and, endorsed by Paul McCartney.
You know, it's really cool. So with the program that I'm using and programs, and I keep trying, now you can, and it's the way it's getting, you can direct it as a director. So you can say, so you it's the way you write it, but I was able to have him laugh. I was able to have him say, you were confused, like, to provide more direction for the voice to respond to.
Okay.
And so I wanted him to sing, whoopsie-doo, and he did.
Nice.
So it's very cool.
Appreciate it. Congratulating. Here's a text that sums it up. Man, Preston does not know new rock bands. I'm stuck in a time, folks.
That's all right.
I wonder how Jackie's current knowledge is, because he is his knowledge is voluminous.
It is.
Of the the earlier days of rock, and through the 80s and 90s and all that stuff. But I'm curious how good he is in today.
He texted me. He said stick to the 80s for him. He knew Judas Priest. And then he said he got me with Radiohead, Paramore, and Slipknot. And he says, I only know 80s.
Okay.
So-
All right. But an encyclopedic knowledge
Oh, yeah.
of 80s.
That's a lot to be aware of. I think if you were to look for the more recent stuff, Brent,
Brent would be. He'd tell you everything.
He would dominate.
Sarah Parker as well.
And Sarah.
Yeah, you're right. Those two, they got us covered in that regard. But me, Jackie, and Pierre, we go the other way.
There you go.
All right, we are going to take a break, but thank you for playing that. We'll come back in a moment. Casey's actually got a pretty cool story from last night's Fish Show that he wants to share with us. Really cool thing that occurred. So we'll take a break, and we will be right back. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve. So the armpit hole had basically shifted over a little bit, and so
you're getting drastic side boob, basically.
Yeah, and so all of this is
Wait, did you see
processing.
nipple?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, my
more
God.
than side boob.
No
whole boob.
No bra. And all of this is happening in real time. And it's one of those things where, like, when you look at a woman and you see cleavage or whatever, you sort of do the side eye, you glance more than once. But this one, I was like, wait, no, that's not what I saw. Oh, that is what I saw. Wait, is that what I saw? You know, all of that is spinning around in your brain as quickly as humanly possible.
Before you answer this question on how something like that could happen, Kathy, do we as responsible men
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
go over and say something?
I think you have to.
Hey, your knockers are hanging out.
I mean, Nick, did you say anything?
No, and I thought about it, and I was wondering what the approach should be. Because, look, when that type of thing happens, unless you're doing it blatantly for attention, which I don't think that she was. I think it was by accident. I didn't want her to be embarrassed in the store.
Could you do it cryptically and say, hey, melons are on sale?
Wait, you didn't want to embarrass her, but the poor thing
I know.
probably walked into so many people.
Somebody texted and said Nick should have said, "We guess what I get to do."
All right.
Oh,
No,
that's-
just
should have yelled it
So
right there.
I think a great question.
That's what I get to do.
Kathy,
How could that happen?
well, no, yeah, to some extent, but also, would you prefer, I think I might do what Nick did and just say,
I know. I
there's
don't know.
no way
Yeah.
as a guy you can.
And I thought about it.
And I think you wait for a woman to tell her.
No way.
So what would you do? I mean, would you prefer that a guy told you if you were exposed that way?
Oh, I mean, it would be so embarrassing.
Yeah.
But if I was walking out of the bathroom, I think I'd rather catch it instead of walking through the rest of the store and like more people seeing
Okay.
it. you
Or
know?
do you go find a random woman to go tell this
Yeah,
woman?
go. Honestly, I think
There's
that
a
would be
woman on aisle 5 with her knocker hanging out her armpit.
I mean, this lady's going to walk through the entire supermarket. I think you failed. I think you and anybody would have. You want the very first person that sees it to tell you that they just saw it. Like,
I can understand Nick's position on that, though.
I don't
Well,
understand.
it was a moment in time, Casey, and so I didn't want to turn around and then chase after this woman and say, "Hey, your boob's hanging out."
Hey, lady!
So I debated whether or not I should do it, and I suppose your instincts would have been different than mine. But at the moment, I didn't want to say anything that would have embarrassed her any further. And so, like to me, the person doing the confrontation and saying something to her, that's embarrassing to me as well. I don't want to be that guy that'd be like, "Hey, your boob's hanging out."
And finding the right words in that moment as well might be kind of hard. Like
your shirt,
you're hanging out, would be like, oh my God, why did I say that? It'd be like cover up, maybe I don't know.
I would have just said your shirt.
Your shirt,
check your shirt.
Your knocker plopped out.
So in hindsight, I kind of wish that I had said something, but at the moment in time, I did not.
But let me explain, because I can see how this happens. Now I don't have fake boobs, but either way, like if she was in the bathroom, because this has happened to me, not where my boob is fully out, but if we don't sit on the toilet and we're hovering, like you're kind of hovering forward, the boobs are hanging.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
So that precarious. There's a whole bunch of I think, moral questions here as to how you approach that and what you would do in that situation. I could see. It's like when you see a fight in real life. It's like you're so used to seeing it in the movies or whatever that you don't. What did I just see? What did I?
Yeah.
And by the time you process it, the moment is gone.
I mean, listen, I had a similar situation. I was at Wonderland Pier in Ocean City, and there was a guy in a wheelchair, and his testicles were hanging out of his shorts.
That's right.
And I went up and I told his caretaker, I'm like, and I'm like, yo, his nutsack is, I didn't say that,
Did you tuck it back in for him?
I did, with my mouth. No, but I said to the caretaker.
It was a daytime reception, so the room was well lit up. It wasn't a dark room, and everybody's dancing. We're doing kind of slow dancing, the traditional man and woman dance, whatever you call that, not a foxtrot, but anyhow. And there was a gal who was there, and we had met her earlier in the day. They were I think the dance instructor that helped the bride and groom learn this really cool fancy dance that they were going to do for their first dance.
Right.
So anyhow, they're dancing together, and her top is slowly slipping down and down and down.
Yeah.
She wasn't overly well endowed.
Right.
Okay, but nonetheless, it came all the way down. Nipple,
Everything.
whole thing, everything hanging out. I didn't say a damn thing.
Right.
And I feel a little bit bad about that to this day, that I could have easily, because I met her earlier and I could have been like, hey, pointed.
Could you have stepped on the back of her dress to make everything pull up in the front?
Would that have worked? Yeah, I guess that could have worked, right?
Yeah. I know but I hear what you're saying. You don't, because it seems like such an affront because of you being a guy. But then I also see the merit in how long do you let that go on? If you may want to adjust yourself.
I do think I think I would prefer if a woman came over to me, like if you're with your wife, like, Rochelle, go tell Kathy your knockers are hanging out.
Right.
I'd rather that than you be like,
hello, Rochelle, it's Preston. Can you drive down to the supermarket? I need you to tell a woman that her knockers are hanging out.
It could have been, Nick, could have been like an invitation. She could have been like,
In the whole quick thought process, one of my thoughts was,
should I meet her in the bathroom?
No.
Whoever?
Is she doing this on purpose? Is she doing it for
Oh, my God, that's Nick McElwain out there. How do I get him? Now's my only shot, girl. Better flop out a knocker.
I don't think that's actually what the case was, Kath. But for a moment, I'm like,
he's by the guacamole.
I do love guacamole.
Nick, the flood of stuff. I don't care. The flood of everything is like,
and it's comical too, Steve, because it really was triple take. Like I looked, and then I looked again, and then I looked again, and I was like, wait. And now I feel like an idiot because I'm the one staring at this poor lady's boob, solo boob.
But they're in the male mentality. There's a split second.
Yes.
Lightning fast. Jumps across the synapse very quickly. Flash of, did you do that on purpose?
Yes.
Is that for me?
it's gotta be. Gotta be. It's at the supermarket. How could it not be?
Boom.
Yep.
I've seen videos where they do this at grocery stores.
Yeah.
Right? And that seems.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was exposed.
Hang on, did she have a shopping cart?
No, she was. She did not. She was walking out of the bathroom without a cart. She was. I think by herself.
Did she have her boobs in the child seat?
I wasn't sure if maybe there was an upside down pineapple in the shopping cart.
That is a sign that you're looking to swing, right?
But Case, like, it was not. It wasn't like an elderly woman where you're like,
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Right. It was a younger, attractive woman who had fake boobs.
Yeah.
So like, it was not like.
Back to the fanatic.
It's biblical, yes.
It seems I never hear stories of you. There never seems to be a situation like a moose ending.
I have Warren on the. Hey, Warren. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rock and roll, brother.
Rock and roll, my man. What's up, buddy?
Hey, listen, I had the same thing happen to me at a resort in Punta Cana. We were going to one of those pool bars where everybody sits around the bar.
Sure.
In the pool.
Right.
Yep.
And this beautiful girl, she was just an amazing body on her. You look over, and her breasts had fell out on one side of her top, and she had a small bathing suit on. So I just kind of like swam over,
the Jaws, the Jaws music.
Swam on over.
And I said to her, hey, adjust your top.
So just to get it clear, Warren, how did you phrase it? You said, did you make it like a hand gesture and say, did you quietly say you adjust your top?
Well, at first I was just kind of staring, like my eyes were real big, and I'm looking down and looking up at her, and looking down and looking up, and I'm like, hey, trying to like just go like, hey, look, it's floating, it's floating, it's a coconut here coming over to the bar.
You actually said these words?
No. No, in my mind.
Oh, in your mind.
Like,
okay.
wow,
okay.
So how did you delicately say it to her?
But what come out was, hey, adjust your top.
Okay. All right.
That's good.
I think that's right. And did she seem to appreciate that, or was she mortified?
Oh, well, she looked at first. Well, she looks down, and I mean, literally, we are in a pool, so I'm not joking when I say it's like floating away. It's like moving away from her like a buoy. He stooped her in and tucked it, and she's just like, "Oh my God, thank you so much."
All right, that was my question. I wanted to know if she appreciated that.
And if everybody's wearing bathing suits and you're drinking at a swim up bar, it's like, oh, this
I got that again.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Right.
Let me get that
thanks,
for you.
Warren. Yeah.
So I was at a Phillies game years ago, and I told you this story before, but there was a woman, a young woman whose sundress was in the back. It was crammed up the crack of her ass. So half of her ass cheek was hanging out. And I was talking to my friends, and I was pointing it out. I'm like, somebody's got to go tell her that and so her friend catches me looking over, and now she was very buxom as well. And so she catches me looking over there and kind of like gesturing and pointing, and her friend, being her friend, looks at me and she goes, "We know she's got big boobs, right?" And I was like, no. Your friend's ass crack is hanging out. You know, it was like, and I was going to be a little bit more diplomatic about it, but then, her friend was such an a-hole.
By the way, I had a text come in and says, talking about this woman who had her boob out that Nick saw, and they said something along the lines of, oh, she knew. It's like your butt crack. You know when your butt crack's out. No, you don't.
I don't think so.
I have seen so much ass crack.
Yeah.
Even in the cold, and it's like nobody knows when their butt crack's hanging out, and I've seen a lot of it lately.
And I think if you're, and it's interesting that you would say after factory, because I think, like Kathy, you're naturally say, I think over the course of your time or life, you know what things feel like when there's an extra breeze on it. You know what I'm saying? Like you'd be more aware.
Yeah, but I could easily see this.
You could easily see it?
Like mine, that bathroom, that hover position, like mine have been like way out of the tank top. Like, you know what I mean? Not nipple or anything like that, but too much. Now, when you're at the grocery store, I'm betting that there wasn't a mirror in there, because typically there'll be a mirror above the sink, so you're washing your hands and then you adjust adjust yourself. Yeah.
By the way, do you think that breast implants are less sensitive, that women don't?
I have no idea, but I think
have boob awareness.
If you have newer equipment, perhaps you're not used to what
it feels
the sensation is when
you're just still getting used to it.
Right.
I mean, she was already not wearing a bra, right? So like that feeling of that fabric over her boob had already been removed.
Right.
And so I think that the exposure, it just didn't register.
That's what happened after my penile implant.
Right, yeah.
If I were a woman with big boobs, I wonder if I would like going braless or not. Kathy,
I mean, that's the
you
point
hate that, right?
Well, yeah, because I can't. If I had breast implants, I would probably never put a bra on again if they were perky like that.
Because they
go
to the supermarket picking up some succulents.
Why are you dressed like that?
If I took a bra off, Case, it would be like that lady from Keenan's.
Oh, yeah.
The lady from Keenan's.
Remember the one year when Casey and I used to drink a lot, and some woman, what does she say to me, Case? I think she said, "Do you want to see my boobs?"
I don't even think she asked. This was after Keenan's, and she was just flopping them out there for everybody to see.
I mean, like her top was off. Like I saw her boobs, and they were very pancake-like and hanging a little.
Right, and she just started like slapping them. Right, like
you did, Kathy.
Yes.
Casey was standing next to me.
I had for those of you who think Kathy is this prudish gal that she plays off, you haven't seen the real Kath.
It's one of my favorite memories. It's so great.
I made him extra sloppy for you.
Yep. All right,
I made him extra sloppy for you.
Let me go to Joe. Hi, Joe. Good morning.
Hey, Gadzooks.
Hey, Gadzooks, buddy. What's up?
So when I was about 16, we were at the beach, and my pops is sitting there, and he's looking at this girl. He's like, dude, her top's going to come off in the next wave. Sure enough, boom, popped right out. So my dad is sitting there, so he starts cracking up. Me, I'm just standing right there staring. But he yells real loud. He goes, "Hey, chick, your boobs are out."
Hey, chick.
Hey, chickie, baby.
She went down and dropped in the water, tried to fix herself.
Aww.
Your gazongas are airborne.
Oh, my
That's
God.
another one, though. The beach waves.
Joe.
It's like you're going to see a boob at some point.
Oh, for sure.
And I feel terrible because I've seen that happen. I've seen dudes lose their bathing suits. Like they're body surfing or whatever.
Oh, dude. You know where that happens a lot? At the amusement parks that have the big wave,
the forced flow
that you can go out and try to like a boogie board on, and their shorts will just fly right off because there's so much water pressure.
And people don't realize it when they get
it's
in.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
it is hilarious. Let me go to Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. What's up, Mick?
Listen, I'm a crossing guard, and I had an incident where a woman pulled over to ask directions, and I leaned over to give her the directions, and her top had opened up. And I was like, oh, my.
Oh, my. Don't mind if I do.
So, don't mind if I do. Mickey, did you say anything to her?
Yes, I said, ma'am, you seem to have a wardrobe malfunction.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a good.
Nice. Well done.
That's put very nice.
Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I said, hey, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I said, I just wanted you to know that.
You're perfect.
In case you were on your way to work, you might want to button
3-3 WMMR.
All right, thanks, Chris. Steve, you wanted to mention something?
Yes, I wanted to thank Megan Convery. You guys have heard me say a number of times over the years I've have suffered a psychological trauma when, as a young lad visiting my grandma and grandpa down in Flagler Beach, Florida, I opened the door to a room where my grandmother was topless.
Yes.
Oh, man.
And you deal with it. You move on, and then hopefully you find things in life to turn to that distract you from that. And so she sent me a T-shirt from Flagler Beach, Florida. And I love my grandmother and grandfather. Obviously, didn't love seeing that. But anyway, this is a T-shirt. Hold it up here. It is for the centennial of Flagler Beach, Florida. And she writes, greetings from Flagler Beach. I'm a longtime listener and get so excited every time you mention our tiny little beach town. We're celebrating our centennial this year, so I thought you would enjoy this shirt. I do. Thanks for all the laughs you guys provided. Again, that's Megan Convery from Flagler Beach, Florida.
Grandmom's boobs.
Grandmom's boobs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like couch brings up one memory. Flagler brings up my grandma's rack.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, quickly, I want to do a butt plug. I got this from Lieutenant Larry Crisp. And he wrote and said, hey, I'm a longtime listener, third-time emailer, and proud member of the loosely assembled hedonistic mental ward that is the UseTube crew, a.k.a. the Julie and the Jerk-Offs, a.k.a. Froggy Fanatics, a.k.a. when you work from home and you don't need pants club. He said, when you return, because he sent this over the weekend, I'm hoping that you will be able to fit in a plug this week. From now until the 19th, so it started on July 15th and 19th, the Malvern Fire Company will have our annual fair in Malvern, PA. Volunteer fire companies are not fully funded by the municipalities that they serve, so events like the fair are a critical part of our operations budget. A portion of the proceeds from the carnival rides and the food goes to the fire company, so it fully justifies eating as many funnel cakes as possible. Yes. Details can be found on our website, which is malvernfireco.com. Thank you so much for your help. And he said, fun firefighter fact, the term fire plug comes from the days when water mains were made out of wood. Firefighters would chop a hole to access water for firefighting and then install a plug so that it could be more easily accessible in the future. Ergo, the term fire plug. He said the distinct shape of the plug is so that you don't have to call the EMTs to take it to the hospital to get it removed. Safety first. So that is from Lieutenant Larry of the Malvern Fire Company. Marissa, were you with the Malvern Fire Company? No, you lived in Malvern, right?
No, Gladwin.
Gladwin. I'm way off. What fire company were you with?
I dated somebody whose family ran with Radnor.
How about that?
All right, that's it.
No, what fire company were you with?
Gladwin. With Lower Marion
Gladwin.
Township,
Okay, that's it. All right, thank you. Sorry, I got that wrong. All right, so last night was first night of 2 nights that the band Phish is performing in town. That means they have the day off today. Why couldn't we get Trey?
They're playing tonight.
Yeah, I know they have the day off today.
Listen, man, I throw in the requests every now and then, knowing full well that Trey or Mike or Paige or John's not going to join us.
Yeah, don't you know, like the security guy and the light guy and stuff like that?
Well, I've met, the security guy that I knew passed away, unfortunately. The light guy is almost as untouchable as the rest of the band. But when we tailgated last night, we parked right next to Tom Marshall, who is the main lyricist for Phish. So,
Did you have any interaction with him?
In years past, I have. Last night, I decided to just leave him alone.
Listen, first off, you pretty much introduced me, probably you as well, Preston, to the band Phish years ago. You know, Y100. And at that time, your fanaticism was seismic and has stayed so through all the years. I can't think, Delco showed you some reciprocal love for all the advocacy you've given to them. Not that Phish needs it, but I mean, it is, you have been really a staunch supporter in every possible way. You get Phish music onto the show every chance you get.
Every day. Every day we play Phish.
So, it is kind of weird. I mean, we did have Trey in the studio years ago.
Yep.
But it wouldn't hurt.
No, but listen, I'm not going to be butthurt about it. It's, I understand, and that's fine. I love them, so they can, keep arm's distance, length away from me. That's fine.
So here, by the way, so in a moment we're gonna play a piece of audio from the show last night that Casey was directly involved in. But before that, just leading up to this, just to set the stage, tell us a little bit about your experience leading up to, and because there's a whole thing before the show starts.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you don't have to give us a full.
No, I'm not. But you don't for at least my experience with the band. You don't show up right before the show starts and go in. You get there a few hours early, depending on what day of the week or whatever, and it's a Tuesday. But so I got there like a little bit before 5:00 last night. Left me plenty of time to tailgate and head down to what's known as Shakedown Street. And Shakedown Street is basically, people just selling T-shirts and candles and all sorts of homemade stuff, crocheted things. But
there's a whole culture.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, man. I thought the last time they were here, there was a ton of nitrous, but holy crap. I felt like I was in a shooting gallery because of all the balloons popping.
Really?
Scared the hell out of me. At one point, I flinched, and the guy who was selling balloons was like, saw you flinch, man. I was like, yeah, it gets me every single time. But so I'm walking through the gauntlet that is known as Shakedown Street, and freaking Mike Gordon, the bassist from the band, is walking through.
Wow.
And I ran.
That's very chill.
I ran into him no less than 4 times in the parking lot.
How is he not mobbed by the fans?
You know what? It's so cool. Everybody just leaves him alone. So it was him and I don't know if he's married or not, but him and a lady friend and some security person. That's it. Just 3 of them. Huh? And people gave him his space. At one point when he first walked past me, I was like, oh, God.
Was anybody talking?
I gotta go say hi.
Was anybody talking to him?
No. People would be like, yo, Mike. And that's it. Like nobody went up for
Trey
pictures.
get away with that?
Probably not.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Mike is obviously an extremely talented bass player and part of the band, but he's not the star of the band.
No, and he does that quite a bit. Like I've seen him in the parking lots in years past, and it's just it's really kind of cool. Like when you see them just trying to,
check it out.
Check it out and be a part of the crew.
You brought up something, and you were calling us from the site yesterday, and I came in a little bit on our conference call, which we do every evening at 6, to talk about what we were going to do, and perhaps on the show the next day. And I heard the mention of like hippity hop balls, like from when you're a kid. Explain what you were talking about.
Yeah, so there's so much nitrous, and I saw the most enormous balloons filled with nitrous that, again, popping left and right. But this thing these balloons that I saw were no less in like the size of a hippity hop. So anybody who knows what a hippity hop is, you sit on it and you bounce up on top of it.
They're huge.
That size.
Yeah, it's essentially just circle your arms really big, like you're showing this big. Santa Claus is this big. That's how big those balloons
like the
are.
biggest beach ball that you can carry.
Yeah.
And that is full of ice cold. Ice cold. That's what they call ice cold.
Ice cold.
Another funny thing, and my friend and I always get a kick out of like when you're walking through the gauntlet, people offering you acid because they go, doses. You're just, and it's the shadiest looking dude. You're just walking past somebody who looks like Hillbilly Jim, and you just doses, and you're like,
doses and ice cold. You need to know that, right?
Like you know that you've arrived on the lot when you've been offered doses.
Good name for a band would be Ice Cold Doses.
Ooh,
right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
Conca.
I'm gonna add that to the list.
Conca.
Ice cold doses. So listen, and it was great. It's always a great time for me to reconnect with like college friends, high school friends, and all that stuff. But I went in there with a mission.
Right.
And, I especially during the summer tour, I listen to every single show. The next day I start listening to it, and then I'll listen at the gym or whatever. And so, what I noticed is when the band comes on first for the first set, the crowd goes crazy. The second, like the lights go down, and you see the band walking on the stage, the crowd goes crazy. Now, second set is a different story. When you're listening to the live recording, so when they go to the second set, when you're listening, you hear the crowd like it's like a, and like just a hum, and then the lights go down and the band comes on, and you hear like a
yeah.
And usually my seats are pretty good, so I'm right by the soundboard, and so I had this notion over the weekend.
Your mission
that I am going to hear myself on the recording of this concert that I went to last night.
So Phish releases all their recordings.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
every show.
I think
The night of, right? After the concert, it's available.
I think the show was over at 11:30 last night. I think the show was available by midnight. So it is
wild.
like lickety split. So I'll get to this part in a second. But I left before the show was over. So when I first got up this morning, I turned on the second set to hear what I had done because I'm on the recording and I'm so proud of myself. But I was talking. I was like, so I whistled.
Yeah.
I whistled as loud as I possibly could, but it has to be a very distinct whistle, right?
Right.
So my my question was, should I go woo whip or should I go whip woo? Right?
Yeah.
I needed one or the other, right?
Right.
No. Kong. Ooh, maybe I'll do Kong tonight.
Kong.
Yeah.
Oh, if you can get a Kong
If I
on?
can do a Kong tonight.
Can you get the crowd? Listen, there are a lot of people who know you there.
Yeah.
If you can get a collective Kong,
dude,
that'd be a
I could
huge
get a Kong.
score.
I could get a crowd Kong going.
There's got to be a Phish Kong.
Instead of Wilson,
Yeah.
Kong.
Dun-dun.
Kong.
So do you want to hear? my
Yes.
whistle? 'Cause it's-
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know how long. I mean, it's this whole clip is about a minute long. I think Let's just listen to it. You
All
just
right.
hear.
All
Just
right,
wait
here we
for
go.
my whistle.
All right, it looks like the audio fades up, so here we go. There it was.
That was you. Yeah, it was you. One more time.
So you did the wolf whistle, though.
Yeah. Yes.
All
You
right.
needed to hear it.
All right.
That's good. You got some volume.
For now and all of eternity, I'm a part of that.
How long before the music? Okay, right there's the first kick drum.
Yeah, I
It
think he was
little-
just sitting down.
Yeah, he was just getting set. So hang on. Yeah, there's a little ruffle on the strings. Oh, that's an edit, though.
Yeah,
But,
it was just a little bit of an edit. And they actually go into a song that you should be familiar with because it's off of the album Farmhouse.
Hang on, let me see if I can recognize it. They're doing their own custom intro into it. Not recognizing it so far. Hang on. Got a Jaboo?
Nope.
It's a good recording. Cool groove.
Kong.
Say the Kong. I don't recognize it, Case.
The song is called Sand.
Oh, okay. It's one of
Yeah.
the tracks I don't listen to regularly.
Kong Taboo.
All right, so last thing I'm going to say, so they play Sand, and I think on the album, like it might be like an 8-minute song. Now, I will tell you, they finished the first set, and they were on fire, and they came out early in the second set, so much so that I felt like when they came out, I was like, I think these guys were backstage going, I'm ready, man. You know what I mean? Like we don't need to take the full half hour that we just friggin'
And just came back out.
We just brought the house down. Let's
Yeah.
just go back out. And so they came back out, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get a couple more songs because I knew I had to leave at 10.
Yeah.
Right? So they came back on at about 9:35 or so.
Something to say to beware if you're going to a Phish show. I'm going to stay for one more song.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, that first song, which I thought I was going to get 3, I only got 1 because they jammed that song out for 40 plus minutes.
They took an 8-minute song and jammed it out to 40 plus minutes.
Now, listen, I'm not a huge Noodle fan, right? And I'm not a huge fan of 40-minute jams. But if you have a direction and you are headed in a forward direction the whole time, yeah, go ahead, jam on for 40 minutes.
And you felt they did.
And I felt they did. There was another time back in 2018 where they jammed out this song for about a half an hour, and it felt like the entire thing was rehearsed. And I know it wasn't. I know that
We
it
have a
was
bit of it.
improv. But yeah, so anyway, I got my whistle on the recording. And do you think I should do Kong tonight?
If you can do, and
It might be hard.
I'm a little conflicted.
I don't think you'll be able to be heard.
No.
I think it's too far off.
Yeah, but if you can, if enough people, you do have You said you're walking around getting recognized quite a bit, which is really cool, and you can mobilize them. I'm sort of, sometimes I hate people who endeavor to be that person. Usually if it's coming during a ballad or some part of Don't Give Up at Peter Gabriel. I hate that, but there are some points in concerts where I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
So there's a thing that's total pet peeve of mine, and it's not in music, but it's in the world of golf.
All right.
Oh, these idiots.
Yeah, huh?
It's on the tee box. They're getting ready to drive, and as soon as they hit the ball, get in the hole! Or they'll yell something just so that their voice is heard.
On the broadcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
You're going to get a lot of Go Birds next year at the PGA Championship. I know it.
Probably.
Yeah. I think there were.
And that'll annoy me too.
At the Cricket Club, I think there were a couple of Go Birds.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think the con, I think if you listen to the crowd in the background, the only thing that's being picked up is you'll hear a woohoo, like high pitch.
Yeah.
Like, cuts through.
I do it like that?
You might, but it's hard because Preston's right. That type of that bandwidth will absorb a lot of sound. You got to get a real falsetto con.
Yeah, so I don't want to do that in the middle of a song. I want to do it while I'm not bothering anybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Nick, there's a text from somebody that says, so in case this is nothing against you, I'm asking this because it's a Pearl Jam question. He says, so Casey is the douche who has to make himself a part of the recording. I get Pearl Jam bootlegs and hate those guys. Be better. Do you hear that a lot on Pearl Jam? Like people purposely trying to get because they know it's being recorded.
I heard it more on Dave Matthews acoustic records from the 90s when Dave and Tim would do records together. And when people are trying to make themselves a part of the recording or make themselves a part of the show, that gets under my skin. But also, I don't want to yuck somebody else's yum if they're out there having a good time and they feel like you're yelling.
Curious if it happens a lot.
Yeah, the other thing that Casey and Steve and I were talking about a little bit earlier is that Pearl Jam used to do the same thing that Phish does, and you could get the record of the show, the live recording of that show that night, and they've stopped doing that. There's a delay. You can still get them, but they don't make them nearly as readily available.
I love that idea.
As Phish does. Yeah, me too.
Jeez,
I think every band that is kind of like a jam band, like Casey, you got last night and tonight of Phish, and next week I get Friday night and Saturday night a Dave Matthews Band. It's a different show every time. It's a different set every time, and so for bands like that, I would love to get the live recording of it when leaving the show. You listen to it on the way home.
Preston, could you imagine from your past concert experiences if you could have walked out of a concert where you go, oh my God, that was earth shaking, and within a half hour had that recording?
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
Marissa wrote a note. I don't necessarily know what that means.
Says happened in Preston's Live Aid 40th song.
Somebody yelled out?
Oh, yeah, remember we playing it back yesterday and there was 2 seconds into the song and some woman was like, woo!
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It happens.
Yeah, it does happen regularly. Well, actually, Steve pulled up this Reddit conversation about this very thing. And we can kind of go through this, but I do want to hear a little bit more about that showcase and what you're doing tonight. But the question was, what is the best live album with audience participation on the record? So I think this would be like Wanted audio or audience
and sometimes the sound or the audience reaction to me becomes part of the experience.
Sure.
And Preston, the double live Supertramp in Paris, when they finish Fool's Overture, there is that pause and there's such a robust, beautifully recorded audience sound that I like. It's like on the regular studio version, I miss having that.
Right.
And so that's when it, to me, works.
I think the first thing I thought of was the Tom Petty live stuff with the crowd sing along.
How could you? That's
I love that.
one of the best, right?
Breakdown.
Breakdown.
That's one of the top ones mentioned in this thread. And
also learning to fly.
Somebody posted, "You're going to put me out of a job." Also, what?
Learning to fly. There's also a really beautiful sing along with that one. as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Or wait, I'm thinking of.
You're thinking of Breakdown.
Yeah. Breakdown.
Everlong is what I was thinking. Marissa's telling me. Yeah, Everlong. No, I was thinking of the Foo Fighters he had mentioned. Because the crowd starts to sing the song when that happens, and that's what happens in Breakdown from Petty, which is just when an artist will let that
happen,
be a part of it. It's just the best,
and the audience does a good job.
So one that I experienced in person and is on record somewhere on live albums was the first time I ever saw U2. was Joshua Tree, and they ended with the song 40. How long?
It's great.
Sing this song. And so one at a time, the band member leaves. Bono leaves first, and then Edge leaves, and then Adam leaves, and finally it's just Larry and the crowd singing the song. And then Larry leaves, and the lights come up, and the crowd is still singing the chorus of the song. That was pretty magical.
And that's recorded.
I've heard recordings of it, but I experienced it live, and I was like, I didn't even know that song at that time. I was like, I knew the radio hits from U2, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go see this band. I'll go, they got the #1 album in the country right now. I'll check it out. And then I walked out of there going, this is the greatest concert experience of my life.
Bono's still wearing his back. They're not leaving. No one's leaving.
Yeah.
But I love, one of the things I love about Phish is they encourage audience participation all the time. There is a quote that goes, to woo or not to woo.
Yeah.
And Trey's like, no, woo every single time. And they will design it, and they will, definitely play, when they're jamming out, and they'll hit a note, and then everybody knows, woo! Like, everybody knows that, and I love that they know that, and I love that it's encouraged.
Right.
So there's one from Rush, believe it or not. I'll bring up one of my favorite bands. And when they play the overture to 2112, there's a part where it goes, and somewhere along the line in the history of the band, it turned into hey, hey, and so it's at every concert, every single one you'll hear.
Did it make it to a live album?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's cool. See, that to me, again, I'm split because sometimes it can kill the mood on some songs, but also there are many songs where I'm like, when the audience is grooving with it and making it something, that I enjoy it.
Well, that's the song that they opened with last night. A song called "Punch You in the Eyes," like hey, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it, and it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's all pageantry. It's like going to a WWE show. Like, your part as an audience member.
Yeah. Which of the songs you think is best suited to a con-con?
Oh God. That's a good question. Wilson, probably. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it's two syllables.
Yeah.
Wilson.
Yeah, con-con.
Wilson. Con-con.
Con-con.
Yep. It's a little, she says it a little quickly, but we could drag it out a little bit. So texts coming in. Somebody had mentioned Queen at Live Aid.
Oh, God, yeah.
And you know what? A really good one, speaking of Queen, was the Freddie Mercury tribute. And George Michael did "Somebody to Love."
Oh yeah,
and he at the was the end of "Somebody Tell Me," that whole thing.
Yeah.
The audience does it, and it was chills.
Yeah,
you get absolute goosebumps when you hear it.
When Freddie Mercury does the vocal.
Yeah. Play with me, and he starts doing Hey-oh. That thing's fantastic.
Con-con.
All right, so I'm looking at this Reddit thread. Here's one that I always liked. Pat Travers, Boom Boom, Out Go the Lights.
Oh, God, yeah. That was one of my brother's favorite. He's one of my brother's favorite.
He sets it up at the beginning. The whole beginning of the song is like, here's what we're going to do, people.
Yeah.
When I say boom, boom, you say out go the lights. So he sets the whole thing up, and you hear it throughout the song.
I don't want to bore you with this, but there is this band called Wolfpack, and they have a song called Back Pocket, and they performed it live at Madison Square Garden. And the lead singer, I don't know how he did it, but he got the entire arena to sing in harmony. I was the first time I ever heard this song was the live version, and you see him or you hear him directing. Okay, you guys are going to sing at this key, and then you guys are going to sing at this key, and then they all sing together, and I'm like, how did you just get 30,000 people to harmonize?
There's a few good examples of that. Bobby McFerrin does it, showing the pentatonic scale, and he like stands in certain places of the stage to indicate certain notes. And when he would stand in this spot, the audience would sing that, and then he has everybody singing these scales.
It's wild, man.
Pretty great when you get somebody who can instruct people to do that or to sing harmony as well, which is pretty amazing. So here's a couple of other... somebody had said on the Reddit thread, "I want you to want me" from Cheap Trick.
Yeah, one of the best.
Crying.
Yeah.
They're saying that. That one's pretty cool. Let's see. What else is on
Frampton
there?
Comes Alive has a few.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head other than... So these...
In fact,
these lists are hard to read on Reddit. There's like a whole.
What is the one Frampton song where there's the break in there when he uses the vocoder?
Do you feel like I do?
Right. Yeah.
He's using the talk box.
Talk box. Right. So the and there's one audience member yells out clear, and it's part of the song because that was the album. That double live album was the album that really skyrocketed him.
Yep. My Ding-a-Ling from Chuck Berry.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Let's see here. I'm going to go to, we got Sean who's checking in on the phone. Hi, Sean. You are on. Good morning, buddy. Hey, Sean, can you hear me, man?
Can you hear me?
Now I can. What's up, bud?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was having bad connection earlier. I actually sent the text to Casey Boy. I was at 30 Seconds of Mars, and he was playing to kill the acoustic version.
The connection is terrible, Sean.
Oh, man.
30 Seconds of Mars, they were playing The Killing, and he got on the recording yelling at Jared Leto.
Oh.
Yeah.
He got on the recording yelling at
Jared
Jared
maybe
Leto?
yelling to Jared Leto.
Okay.
Not yelling at. I think there's a difference between yelling
Suck!
at.
There's a great
Go
sing-along.
back to Mars.
There's a great sing-along in Sweet Caroline.
Yeah. Well, what, live?
Sure.
Well, yes. I was thinking about recordings. I don't know of a live
We're talking about live shows, right?
No, well, yes, I guess so. We were talking about recordings, but I guess, live shows.
Well, they also end up on an album, it becomes sort of immortalized.
Did that come from the Red Sox games, or did that come from Neil Diamond? I've never known. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know where it started because they do it at every Sox game. Also, I know you guys aren't huge Buffett fans, but there were a lot of great sing-alongs at Buffett shows.
Right.
I mean, okay, so obviously you got So Good. No, wait, that's Salt. What other sing-alongs are there for Buffett?
You know what?
'Cause I know like the Fins.
The Fins, I'm thinking of like audience participation, yeah. I mean, Buffett would do like the 13 songs that you have to know by heart, and he would do them every damn show, or else he'd get crucified. So there's just like sing-alongs to the songs that you know that well.
Yep.
Sing-along Kong. You know what I'm saying, guys?
I remember I saw the Police reunion. There were a bunch of sing-alongs at that one. Sting had the audience going, and getting people to contribute on that. So
Eddie, at Pearl Jam shows, Eddie will just play the first few chords of Better Man, and then nobody sings except for the audience, and that's pretty awesome. It's just Eddie on guitar. The band hasn't really picked up anything yet. So Casey, I couldn't agree with you more. Like when the entire arena is singing along, it's magical.
Hey, Nick, has he ever on Yellow Ledbetter said, "Take it"?
Oh, God. Nobody will ever know the lyrics to that song, including the band. They don't know what the words are.
Really?
Oh, yeah. No, Eddie doesn't know what the words are.
Wow.
I really don't know the words, but sing along.
Kong, if you can, please. So you're going again tonight, Case?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yep. And
it just sucks. It's like, Tuesday, Wednesday nights are so hard. I also, I got the bike ride this Sunday. So, I definitely going to take it easy, go a little bit later, leave a little bit earlier. I got this thing tomorrow night, by the way. Speaking of my bike ride, Team WMMR Rock and Rollers, we're having a kind of a sit-around tomorrow night at Pinocchio's Pizza on Baltimore Pike and Media. It's basically designed as a bib and packet pickup for my Delco team members, but it is a hang. So if you want to come out and hang out Pinocchio's, maybe make a donation to the team, that would be great.
Nice.
So my fundraising efforts, my goal was to raise $5,000. I'm at like $4,400.
Oh, you're right there.
If you want to donate, you can find the link on PrestonandSteve.com.
All right, cool. Very good. All right, well, let's take a break and come back in a second. Thank you for your text and everything. We're going to get to the B file when we return. Some good stories to share, so stay put. We'll be back in a moment.
Preston and Steve.
All right, that's a polite way to do it, Mike.
I want to get the consensus also from women. Would they appreciate a guy doing as he did? Just you had a wardrobe malfunction. In case, as you said, interceding earlier when Nick had this woman come out. I think would you appreciate that, or is it?
Listen, man, when you have like a boogie hanging out of your nose, it's super embarrassing, and whoever says it to you, it's going to sting, and it's going to be embarrassing. And I hate to draw the parallel between boogies and boobs.
Yeah.
But
It was a great book, by the way, by Herman Melville.
I would
It
prefer.
was his follow-up to Moby Dick.
I would prefer the very first person that sees a
Boogie
booger hanging out of my nose to tell me.
Yeah.
So that I don't walk around the office with my boobs hanging out.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go. Let's see what happens when the other gender is faced with this issue. I have Jackie who's on. Jackie, good morning.
Hi, you guys rock.
Thank you, Jackie. What do you want to tell us?
All right, so I was a lifeguard and pool manager for a very long time, so you see a lot.
Yeah.
But so I was very early 20s at the oldest, and I was a manager, and one of the moms came to me and said, hey, there's a guy over in the pool, and he's like having his daughter swim under his legs, and, he had his legs spread. Daughter can swim under his legs, and the moms are all there, able to see everything hanging out the bottom.
God. What was it like coming out the side, or?
No, he was wearing running shorts, those real small.
You can't swim in those.
Yes, instead of a bathing suit.
Yeah.
So, I'm the manager, so they asked me to talk to this guy.
Well, that,
the worst.
Well, Jackie, that's extra creepy that he has his daughter's.
So he didn't know.
I know. I don't think he had any idea because I had to pull this guy aside and talk to him, and he was super embarrassed. And I didn't,
Yeah.
everyone was super embarrassed. And I mean, I basically made up a rule that he had to wear a bathing suit.
Yeah.
You have to do that.
Instead of these running shorts because he's like hanging out, and he's like, there's kids swimming all around.
I have to impose a draconian law here. You must wear a bathing suit in the pool.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And, I didn't see anything, luckily, but, he's there in front of, I'm sure all the pool moms are like, you can imagine them lined up along the edge. It's the real shallow section.
Would you say, Jackie, that if you could have, would you prefer that a guy had gone and done that?
Well, maybe. Or just, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're the manager. You're the manager.
Cool dads hanging around. There weren't many guys. I was like the head lifeguard and
Right.
a bunch of girls around. So,
All right, so Jackie, in all your years of being a pool manager, what would you say? Did you see more boobs or more dongs?
Actually, probably more dong.
No kidding.
Guys man spread. They man spread.
Oh,
They wouldn't all
Right.
hang out.
Yeah.
I think,
There are cases, and Jackie, maybe you'll concur with this. There are cases where I think dudes knowingly go and right will
So
they're getting a little quasi exhibitionism out of the way.
There's a guy at my
Thank
pool
you, Jackie.
who
Appreciate it.
he is enormous. Okay, his
junk
okay. is but he wears a Speedo, and I'm like, why are you?
That's
doing
why.
that?
Why?
Like,
Why?
That's why.
Why?
I know
Yeah.
exactly.
It's a huge.
And it's,
dog.
it is massive. I cannot express to you how gigantic and
Is it a two-hander?
It would be a two-hander for Andre the Giant. And I'm like, why is this guy doing this? Like,
why.
That's why.
Right,
Yeah,
of course.
that's
You
why.
wear a Speedo because he wants to put on a show.
Of this
Yeah.
this summer. You got to somehow or another get a picture.
Where is this that he shows up at?
At his pool.
At my pool. Not okay.
You don't say what pool it is.
I'm not gonna
but-
say,
But
yeah.
try to get a picture if you can.
I don't think. Okay.
Is he single?
You know what? I'll look for a ring the next time I see.
You know what, Case? See if you can tag him, and we'll follow his migratory pattern.
Wow. All right, let me go to Laura. Hey, Laura. Good morning.
Yoo-hoo!
All right, Laura. What's up?
Good morning. One of my college boyfriends, we were dating not that long, hadn't met his parents yet. Go to the hospital to visit his dad after a full and get a huge show of his balls.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
His dad.
Wow.
Wait.
Yeah, so I hadn't met the parents before, so I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm your son's girlfriend, and there's your balls.
So he was in getting. Well, why was he wearing a hospital? He was in the hospital, or was he just walking around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he took a fall, and he was in the hospital, and my boyfriend asked me if I wanted to go, visit him, and Yes.
That's just an unfortunate incident. The hospital gown is the most unforgiving garment that has ever been created by humankind.
I've said.
I know it was
Yeah.
just so funny the first time meeting him.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, thanks, Laura.
I've said that 1,000 times, Preston. They need to redo the hospital gown.
You just feel so uncomfortable and exposed and
It's like wearing
victimized.
a bad smock.
Yeah, it's
like you're doing arts and crafts, but your ass
terrible.
is hanging out.
Let's see. How about we will go to Erica. Hi there, Erica.
Hello.
Hello. What's up, Erica?
So I'm bringing it back to the boobs.
Okay.
Back in my early 20s, we were probably 20, 21. Me and my girlfriends would go down to Wildwood every year and hang on the beach. We would always set up our spot a little bit away from the ocean because we'd be drinking and listen to our music. And, you know, we would always dig a sandcastle. So we're all hanging out. There's about 6 of us. And we noticed this guy, like, staring up, like, maybe, like, you know, 20 feet from our blanket, staring at us. And we're, like, all looking at each other, like, what is this guy staring at? What is he staring at? So we look over, and here's one of our girlfriends, Megan. She has, like, a nice rack on her. She's, like, on her hands and knees with a shovel, like, digging a hole. And her whole boob is just out flopping around.
And if she's on her hands and knees, I mean, it's hanging as low as it can.
And she was doing work. Like, she was really getting in there. So this guy's staring, and we're like, Megan. And she, like, looks and then looks away. Here she has headphones in. So we're like, Megan. We're screaming her name. Finally, she pops her headphones out. And my best friend Andy yells, Meg, on the top of her lungs on the beach. Meg, your entire titty is out. The whole beach looks. My girlfriend looks down, grabs her chest, and falls to the sand. It was the most hysterical thing. To this day, like, when she acts up, we're like, Meg, chill, your entire titty is out.
All right, Erica, I have a question for you. When you talked to her about it afterwards, did she describe, like, the sensation that she felt in her body? You know, what happened with this woman yesterday, is there any way that you would be able to tell physically that it was out?
Well, that's what we were like, Megan, couldn't you feel it, like, slapping onto your body every time you, like, dug in the sand? She was like, I didn't know. I had my bikini on. So, I mean, I guess it's similar to a tank top where you can't really tell.
Yeah, I could see that being a possibility and a liability, but you should be aware. Try to increase your spatial awareness.
Yes, like, be aware of your boobs.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it, Erica.
Have a great day.
You too. We'll see you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, and by the way, it is cleavage season. I mean,
Yes.
spring first has already hit, so the first of spring. So it's we're into that season where things might fall out by accident. So you may want to be aware. And I assume that if it does happen, ladies would prefer that you politely let them know
next time.
Next time,
I'll say something.
Instead of walking through the rest of the grocery store with a boob hanging out. But Nick saw a boob in the wild. It is a sure sign of spring, ladies and gentlemen. That's a wonderful thing. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. We have bizarre file stories on the way when we return. Make sure you stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
On 93.3.
Today is National Cheesesteak Day. Yes, it is. Got an email that says, hey, Preston and Steve Show, happy National Cheesesteak Day from Whizzle Truck. We were at the Camp Out for Hunger last November.
They're great.
And we are just about to hit our 1-year anniversary of being in business. Over 100 events in the area in such a short time. And today we're feeding some well-deserved hungry people at Pico. Couldn't think of a better way to celebrate the day. Sincerely, that is from Chris and the rest of the Whizzle team.
Whizzle faux shizzle.
Faux shizzle, baby. I'm not going to have a cheesesteak today. I'm kind of watching what I'm eating. I'm trying some weight goals. I hit my little goal earlier this week, and I want to hit my medium goal by tomorrow.
So your weekend, though, you give yourself a little latitude.
I think I'm gonna. Weekend I always give myself a latitude. We've got a Pudge's nearby us, which makes a great cheesesteak. So I might go by there and celebrate National Cheesesteak Day a couple of days.
It's been forever since I've had a classic.
Really?
Like a classic cheesesteak that are, you can find them anywhere here. We live in Cheesesteak Central, but calorically, it's always a tough thing to reconcile. But if you're going to go all in on the weekend, you give yourself a bit of a cheat. Yeah. I have to think now where I want to go, what I want to get.
I have a friend who's a member at a golf club, country club called Applebrook, and they make when you go to like an upper level where they use really quality meat and stuff like that, it's to die for. So I'm going to have to dive into one soon.
I don't think about calories ever. Like I really, I don't.
I got you.
But I'll probably do a cheesesteak every probably 5 or 6 weeks or something like that. Yeah, and I have Thunderbird is a place that I go to. That's just
it's a wonderful place. Everyone has a great time. We cut the meat thinly.
It's slightly thinned or thin sliced.
Thinly sliced. No.
Thin slicely.
Thinned slicely.
And our chefs, Ert and Bernie, will take care of it.
That was Bernie and Ert.
Bernie and Ert.
But there is right down the street from them is Delco Steaks, and they are making waves in Delaware County as far as cheesesteaks are concerned.
And just because they're so tasty?
Yeah.
They have a wave machine.
They do have a wave machine. No, their approach to the cheesesteak is...
They're redefining it?
No. It's more akin to like your... Pat's, Geno's, Jim's, it's just real good quality stuff.
Sometimes if you just make it in the classic sense, with, as Preston was saying, the best ingredients, you become a thing.
But they're also not far from each other, so you really can't go wrong. But so National Cheese, is it National or is it Philly Cheesesteak Day?
Today's National Cheesesteak Day. That's how it's been quantified. I don't think it's National Philly Cheesesteak Day.
So there'll probably be some sort of ceremony at Arlington or something.
I told you when I see the words Philly cheesesteak, I'm like, that's not the real deal. No. Just immediately I think of that. But whatever.
Yeah. There's a place that Casey's recommended to me that I still haven't been. It's called Nick Filet. I think they have 2 or 3 locations at this point. There's one in Paoli. But I've heard that their cheesesteaks are banging, and they use, Preston, like really good cuts of meat. And it's like a standalone kind of steakhouse. It's not at all like a fancy place. I think the one in Paoli used to be like Roy Rogers or something. But anyway, I want to check that out.
Nick, and you just started talking about variation and Wilson's.
Oh man, they were here yesterday.
Yeah,
apparently they stopped by and had some goodies.
Meatless. They're
you like the Impossible one. Yeah,
holy effing
it's
hell!
Good too. It doesn't taste like a regular cheesesteak. It's something different.
Yeah,
and it's fantastic.
It's funny, Nick. I've recommended Nick Filet, but I've never actually been. I've only ridden my bike past
son
it.
of a
Wait a minute.
No,
you'll recommend places you've never been to?
No, I didn't actually recommend. I probably just asked if he's ever been because it's Nick.
No, you said it was the best place you'd ever been.
That's
you were
a
like,
lie.
I love it so much.
You will eat nowhere else but this place.
But it
looks really good from the outside.
2 locations that I know about. One is in Paoli on Route 30, and then there's another one right on Beach Avenue in Cape May.
Now I'm trying to think if I've ever recommended a place I've never been to before to somebody. I'm sure I have at one time. And you need to go there.
Great.
Never been there, but you need to go there.
I did on this show one time.
What
I had recommended Flex ice cream in the villas. And then somebody was like, you ever been? I'm like, no, I haven't, but my cousins have been there.
My cousins have been there. We don't, we do know.
But I have been there since.
All right.
Good.
You ever recommend a movie that you haven't seen?
Your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
I said, Marissa, what is it? That's what we were laughing at. I messed it up. Hey, I'd like to remind you our big freaking deal this week. Great deal to a really cool place. It's got a wonderful part in my family's heart, and that is Storybook Land. Storybook Land, half off. It's in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, and is a great destination for family fun. It's for younger kids. It's so great. Rides, attractions inspired by classic children's stories. And if you'd like to take advantage of this deal, it's simple. You go to WMMR.com and look for the big friggin' deal and get yourself half off. Always great deals popping up on that part of the website. It's time for the Bizarre File.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Powered by PGW, Philadelphia Landlords. Register your residential rental property in the Landlord Cooperation Program with PGW, and you may not be subject to a lien on that property. Learn more about how to register your rental property at pgworks.com. So this was an interesting story. Shoppers at a Victorville, California convenience store called 911 after spotting what looked like a teddy bear that was stitched from flayed human flesh.
Oh, boy.
Sitting outside. Deputies taped off the lot. Coroner's team hauled the figure away for test. The mystery may have been solved after the story hit the internet, however. Horror prop maker Robert Kelly identified it online as his latest human skin bears, which are sold for $165 as dark art.
I think I might buy one.
He had shipped one to a buyer in that area days earlier and had no clue if it would be used for a prank or not. The San Bernardino County Sheriff said the investigation is ongoing, but stresses that no real human tissue was involved. But it was sitting outside and people thought it was real. Somebody did it as a prank. These things are incredibly disturbing looking, so you can understand why the panic.
Yeah.
Just because you have the idea for a prank, by the way, doesn't mean it's a good idea to do it. A petty officer aboard a nuclear-armed submarine, the HMS Vanguard, allegedly phoned the control room claiming that a bomb was on board.
Oh, boy.
Doesn't seem wise.
Triggering an immediate lockdown at Scotland's Faslane Naval Base. Royal Marines had sealed the jetty, bomb squads mustered, and base workers sheltered in place until security teams realized the call was a hoax, and they arrested the sailor. Defense Serious Crime Command is leading the probe. If convicted, the suspect could face years in military prison for that.
Was it in fact done as a joke? Or yeah.
Navy officials called the prank extremely serious, noting it disrupted operations at the home of Britain's nuclear deterrent fleet.
It's okay, guys. It was just a joke.
Yeah. Wow. The Florida Department of Motor Vehicles is now the target of a $10 million class action lawsuit. Michael Pizzi is the attorney representing the plaintiffs, alleging that customers are being forced to wait in hours-long lines to get service at the DMV, and some have even had to resort to camping out to get basic services. We know about that.
Yes,
I spent going around here.
Yeah, I was looking at like 5 hours.
You and Casey had a lengthy stay.
Yep.
Part of the problem is being blamed on what is called, and listen to this, appointment scalping.
Appointment scalping.
Where people hold or resell their DMV time slots for cash.
It's pretty entrepreneurial.
Yeah, Pizzi says that's forced wait time. That forced wait time's up to 12 hours in some places. So there's a class action lawsuit against that. Wow. So for the second time this year, someone got arrested after drugs were found in a container that was labeled saying that there weren't drugs inside.
Nothing to see here, no drugs.
During a traffic stop.
And there's no body in the trunk.
In Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, police officers found a vehicle connected to a wanted individual. Once a K-9 unit was alerted to potential contraband inside the car, the search was on, where the bag labeled, and I kid you not, the bag was labeled this. It said, "Definitely not a bag full of drugs."
Was definitely spelled correctly?
You know what?
Yeah.
That is a real good question, Steve. Of course, inside the bag was cocaine, a loaded gun, drug paraphernalia, and some cash. For future reference, police will rarely fall for that particular diversion tactic. France's prison service said Saturday it had launched an investigation after a man escaped by smuggling himself into his cellmate's bag as he was leaving the jail. His roommate had served his sentence, so the man was captured on Monday. The 20-year-old prisoner escaped from Lyon Corbe's prison. His cellmate had completed his sentence, and the escaped prisoner managed to hide inside his laundry bag as he left the prison.
Wow.
The prisoner was arrested while emerging from a cellar early on Monday. His fellow prisoner accomplice has not yet been arrested. The inmate was serving several sentences. The escaped prisoner was also under investigation in a case linked to organized crime, and an internal investigation is underway.
That's a ballsy move.
Totally. All right, then we'll do one more story. I like this one. An oversized trailer hauling the blade of a wind turbine got stuck Tuesday in Bradenville, Westmoreland County, Pennsylvania, along its 700-mile route to Iowa. The supervisor, Don Keppel, said that the driver said that he was on his way to Evansburg to Iowa, or from Evansburg to Iowa, on a route that was approved by PennDOT. Now, the driver said that they get their permit through PennDOT, and that they have to follow the route that was given to them. They're not allowed to get off that route, and somebody must have not checked into the best route to go. The driver was traveling along Route 982 near High Street when the wind turbine wedged between two houses. These things are huge.
They're the huge windmills.
Huge, and they could not make the turn. It got stuck between two houses. So the Derry Township Fire Chief said, I come up, and there's the beam. There's that wind turbine sitting on that corner to that corner, inches from going into each house. Keppel said from the front of the truck to the rear of the point of the propeller was 159 feet, 4 inches long, more than half the length of a football field. He said the biggest problem is that he didn't go through here once you got to down at the underpass. He was never getting through there. He never made the turn because the tail was too long. He called it a traffic nightmare as crews worked to reroute the traffic for at least 2 hours. He said we had the mass transit buses trying to get through and tractor trailers as well.
Nothing could clear.
Keppel said that the driver had to back up nearly a mile to get out of the way around the initial 90-degree turn, and the blade punctured through Zeb's towing.
Zeb.
Some bitch. The owner said that he's never experienced anything like that in the 32 years that he's owned the building.
Who the hell broke my leg?
Luckily, the damage was minimal. Once the driver made it out to this municipal building, he faced yet another problem while waiting to get a new permit and be rerouted. So they didn't know, he's got to find a whole new route.
Yeah. Pull into a Wawa.
Many have questioned why the route through Bradenville was approved in the first place. So I don't know what the status is now, but they had to wait and figure out how to get that thing out of there. And there you go. That's what I have in the Bizarre File for you this morning. All right, we'll take another break. When we come back, we will have a giveaway in conjunction with our lesson question. We'll get to the music news. We'll get to the trash, too, so stay put. Coming back in a moment with it all.
Preston and Steve.
No.
I probably have.
Yeah.
I heard great things.
Yeah. So anyhow, thank you to Wizzles for getting in touch with us this morning. And yeah, National Cheesesteak Day. So get out and celebrate and enjoy, if you will.
There's a wealth of places to go to.
We're very lucky. We had the one guy who had rated 1,000 of them. You remember? Took 4 years, 3 years, something like that, and eventually got through all of them. And I did have the full list printed up here, and I'm like, what am I doing with this? I'm never going to...
What, are you going to will it to your kids?
Yeah, I'm never going to go through this. I eventually threw it away, but there's some good suggestions there.
Well, sometimes I fall, though. Again, it's been years. Well, no, I've had the Wilsons. So that's still a cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I amend my statement.
Yeah.
Speaking of eating, I saw this interesting survey. It was done in the UK, but could definitely be tailored to pretty much anywhere. It's a new survey of 2,000 adults, and they asked them about their secret snacking spots.
Secret snacking spot.
Okay. And so, if you're Kathy, you eat nowhere but the kitchen or the dining room.
Oh, actual locations in your house?
Yeah.
Right.
Sneaking.
You will not bring food upstairs. You will not hide stuff under the pillow.
No.
No.
Definitely not.
Do you have to? You have to eat in the kitchen?
Wait, but hold on. Why are they secret?
Okay.
Oh, well, go ahead. Explain.
I had a secret snacking spot.
Why?
And I do too.
I'll explain in a little bit. But you go ahead.
Sometimes we won't have sweets in our section of the house, but my mom always does in the basement. So
Okay, so you sneak down there?
I will sneak down there.
Okay, all right,
and it's
all right.
even better if she's not there.
I got it.
Because then I will go absolutely crazy.
Then you could put a bra on.
That's stealing is what that is.
Does she come home and she's like, what happened to my...
No. She has more sweets than she can handle.
Okay.
I mean, it's like a bird.
He's like Norman Bates in the basement.
That's funny.
Casey's there with the wig on, sitting in the rocking chair, eating Charleston chews.
I mean, Kathy, last night, for instance, I finished my dinner. I worked out hard yesterday, okay? I ran. I did a whole bunch of stuff. I earned it. Okay. So I opened my freezer.
Let's neutralize it.
Okay. I opened my freezer, and the ice cream that I was expecting to be there was not there. And we had no other sweets in the house. And so I snuck on down to my mom's, and I grabbed some. And it was like leftover Christmas candy, a cookie or two.
Or two.
Yeah.
Some of her medication.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
All right, so
she's not going to use all this amoxicillin.
The secret snacking spots, and feel free to share yours if you will, 215-263-WMMR. So there's 20 of them, and number 20 on this list was my secret snacking spot inside a freezer room at work. So when I work,
oh my God,
you too,
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
at McDonald's.
Yeah, when I worked at York Steakhouse, that was the name of the place. I was the food bar attendant. I've told you guys this before. I would, because I wore an apron. And it had an apron, had pockets on it.
Big pockets.
And I would grab stuff from the food bar and slip it in my pocket.
So it's stuff you shouldn't have been eating.
And then I would go into the freezer and eat it.
No,
that was my secret.
So that's why you have to sneak.
Yeah, you're hiding. From one.
There's still an application though.
Not
at
all
home.
of them. Some of these are other than hiding. But
if you want to hide, if you're going to go, you have something that you want to eat out of your significant other's eyesight,
right?
And that's really what it is.
Like in the movie, This is 40.
This is 40.
Remember, he's out over the trash
with
can,
the muffins.
eating muffins and things like that.
When you have children,
she doesn't know.
When you have children, they are like seagulls, Steve. If a seagull sees another seagull eating a French fry, it flies immediately over there.
Right.
So if you
don't want to share,
if you are eating anything that is slightly delicious and your kids see it, they're like, "Well, what is that? And can I have some?"
By the way, going back to you, Casey, a texter says Casey's mom probably buys extra snacks for him.
Isn't that sweet?
Because she knows he's down there doing
We're
it.
going to put the rat poison in these.
The walk-in freezer at McDonald's was a really good hiding spot for a number of ideas. One was sneaking food. The other, like if it was just a hot day in the summer, you could go in there. And the door was so damn heavy that if anybody was ever going to come in and check in on you, you got a warning. So if
you had time.
You had time. So if you're shoving, a few extra nuggets in down your gullet.
Did it have a release on the inside?
You could, in theory, get locked in there.
Oh boy.
And so I don't think anybody would ever die inside one of those bad boys, but you could definitely get locked in because the lock, Steve, was from the outside. So if somebody slipped a little pin through the handle, you could get stuck inside.
He had nuggets in his mouth.
All right, so other secret sneaking snack spots are in the basement, in a closet.
I don't eat in the basement.
Who's going in their closet to eat?
I probably... Yes, I guess.
Well,
there are people who will go. There are people, like Casey said, in some cases, depending on the size of the closet, you don't want to invite the troops to join in. This is my thing. I'm going to eat it by myself, and I don't want to be discovered.
Or if you are sneaking it, there's also another movie scene from Parenthood.
Yeah.
Where Rick Moranis' wife.
Oh, yeah.
He's very controlling of her to eat, and because, we need to stay in shape. And whenever she would get pissed off, she'd go and she had this shoebox filled with Twinkies and things like that. And she would slip off and go eat them. So,
well, there's a mindset too. Like I can, again, I'm not doing it so clandestinely, but I will be in the kitchen and I will move out of the doorway standing, because if you stand, you can turn around quickly. You can put it in the refrigerator. You can hear someone getting up. Yeah. So you got to stay mobile. You got to stay on your feet and ready to respond. Yeah. And so I'd say right in the kitchen, on the counter, facing the wall that goes into the den. So it's my clandestine spot. I don't know if it's a secret spot.
So when you're the patriarch of a family and you come home and let's say you've stopped at a McDonald's or a Dunkin' Donuts or whatever, sometimes there is the expectation that, if you stop there, you probably should have gotten us something.
Us.
So us being our children or your spouse or whatever. So I will, a lot of times, finish my food before I even get into the house, and I will sit in the driveway, in the driver's seat of my car, and I will eat my meal, and all of the trash ends up in the trash can.
Yours are funny, Casey.
Well, because then they make you feel guilty, Kat.
Yeah,
you didn't get me anything. It's like, no, I didn't. I did not.
Will you call an audible? I always do. I will pick my wife up something all the time, just because if you don't want it, great. But I kind of know what she wants.
I do that too.
And getting the "what about me" treatment is not worth the risk of not getting something.
See, for me, I'm not doing any of this secret eating because I think if it has to be secretive for me, I shouldn't be eating it.
No,
so if I have to hide that I got something and I can't share it, then I shouldn't have.
It's not that I'm hiding that I got something. It's that I'm hiding that I didn't get you something.
We also talked about this. Also is germane to the notion of of creative eating to hide your
everything. That rocks. It's 11 minutes after the hour, 10 o'clock, and the Preston and Steve Show. Word of the Week prize, letter of the day, coming up in a little while. We'll give that away on Friday. So please don't miss it if you're interested in winning. And why wouldn't you be? I'll tell you about that in a little bit. Lesson question time. We have a pair of tickets to MMR Rock's Summer of Loud. That's going to feature Beartooth, Hyper Vale, Parkway Drive, Kill Switch Engage, and more. I'm going to go back early. Yes. And
the Wayback Machine?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know if anybody will get this answer correctly. Well, I'll try this one out. This is not as early. This is around 7 o'clock. What kind of cigarettes do they smoke in a Newport Christmas? Now, by what kind, I don't mean what brand, because it's a Newport Christmas. That's the brand of cigarettes. But what flavor of cigarettes? How about that? Maybe that'll help out. 610-660-9333. What flavor of cigarettes do they smoke in a Newport Christmas? If you heard that earlier this morning, then you need to call right now because you might win the prize. And while you do that, we'll do this.
The trash business is a gold mine.
93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you this morning by Horizon Services. Suffering leaks, clogs, or corrosion in your plumbing system? The expert technicians at Horizon Services have seen it all. They can fix it all with same-day service. So you book today with Horizon Services and help is on the way. What's happening, Steve?
Well, Preston, Mel B married her hairdresser, Rory McPhee, at a star-studded ceremony in London last week. Later at the reception, McPhee joked that he had finally added some spice to his life, prompting attendees to stare stoically at him, quietly wishing he was dead. Though rumors of a split have been aplenty, Justin Bieber posted a hot pic of his wife, Hailey Bieber, in which he fawns over her body. In the caption, Bieber writes, "First comes the chubbin', and now comes the rubbin'."
Hey!
And finally, Jessica Simpson rocking an almost see-through bodysuit to her 45th birthday party at the Chateau Marmont. Simpson was eventually asked to cover up her pelvic region because many guests thought there was a petting zoo. And that's your Hollywood Trash.
All right, we go to the phones looking for the answer. What kind of cigarettes do they smoke in a Newport Christmas? I just love that you guys thought that was, you thought of the cigarette brand. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go to Katie. Hi, Katie. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Katie. All right, so do you know what kind of cigarettes they smoke in a Newport Christmas?
It's only a guess because I missed it, but I'm going to say menthol.
Well, yeah, you got it right. That's a good guess. Hang on, Katie. We're going to give you those tickets, and you get to see the Summer of Loud featuring Beartooth, Hyper Vale, Parkway Drive, Kill Switch Engage, and more Wednesday, July 23rd at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. Tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Yeah! Brought this morning by Neumann. The Preston and Steve YouTube live stream is powered by Neumann University. The next preview day is coming up on August 8th. You can learn about Neumann's academic program offerings, campus life, and professional internships. Register at newman.edu. Just a couple of things for you this morning. Alter Bridge is back with their 8th studio album set for release January 9th, 2026. The 12-track project was recorded this spring, actually at famed 5150 Studio in California. I didn't know that they opened that up and people used it. I thought it was just, Eddie's private studio, and I assume for a while now it's been used for other people and other purposes, but it was recorded there, and Michael Baskett's Florida studio as well. Standout songs include upbeat riffs like Rue the Day, heavier tracks Disregarded and Scales Are Falling, and the epic 9-minute closer called Slave to Master. It's produced again by longtime collaborator Michael Elvis Baskett. The album keeps the group's signature hard rock sound, and the band will support it with a 31-date European tour beginning January 15th, and will also play an acoustic benefit show October 1st in Nashville. Well, it seems that Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham may be ready to move past their long-standing feud, and fans are taking notice of this.
That'd be great.
The former Fleetwood Mac musicians, who famously dated and broke up as the band recorded its 1977 album Rumors, recently began following each other on Instagram.
Aww.
Though it may seem like a small gesture, those who have watched the tension between the former couple grow over the decades believe that it is a monumental step forward.
What is the status of their LinkedIn accounts?
I don't know.
Okay.
Though it is unclear when exactly Nix and Buckingham began following each other. The post notes that they weren't connected on social media as of 3 weeks ago.
No sliding into DMs at this point.
You never know. That stuff's behind.
No collabs?
Yep. No collabs, though. Several other fans online began expressing similar excitement about the detail on June 27th.
I mean, that music video for Silver Spring, where, she's just belting on the stage and she's singing directly to him.
Yeah.
Like, you'll never get away. Like,
yeah.
Dude, it's
great.
Powerful.
It's powerful. He's great.
An account called Rumors Era shared a GIF of a man walking toward a group of athletes in a locker room with a smile on his face as they begin to jump together in excitement. An Instagram user, Stevie Nicks Nation, shared a screenshot of the post with a caption saying, "What could this mean?" With them, the fact that they're following each other now on Instagram. The two have had a bitter relationship since their split. As recent as last October, Nicks told Rolling Stone that she's dealt with Lindsay for as long as I could and gave him more than 300 million chances.
I've always contended that Lindsay's the problem here.
Mm-hmm.
I just think
I would think so.
He's incredibly talented, and I love Fleetwood Mac. Casey, if you ever have 20 minutes to kill, Google the story behind Silver Springs and how it ended up being that powerful on the dance, on that live record. It got left off the original album, wasn't on Rumors, and it was sort of buried. And Stevie always loved that song, and the way that she sings it, it's a fantastic song. The way that she sings it that night, and when she sings it directly to Lindsay, she didn't do that in rehearsal. She held back.
Wow.
And then they get to the show, and then she sings to him at the dance, and it's unbelievably memorable.
Efforts to reunite Nicks and Buckingham have been ongoing for years. In February, their bandmate Mick Fleetwood even shared his hopes for them to, quote, pal up a bit more during an interview with Us Weekly. But, this recent virtual interaction is promising for many reunion hopefuls like Fleetwood. Nicks make it clear, or she made it clear, that after the 2022 death of Christine McVie, that it would never happen. She said, without Christine, no can do. There was no chance of putting Fleetwood Mac together in any way. Without her, it just couldn't work.
And I kind of see that. I mean, Christine McVie was a major part of the sound of Fleetwood Mac. So, but sometimes they find a way past that.
There was a stretch where they toured without Christy.
Yeah,
they had Sheryl Crow, as one of the singers, and then Christy joined the band again. Never say never.
Yeah, and you can do different versions of ensembles like that. So we'll see. All right, and then one last thing. I mentioned this earlier this morning, but our good friend Brent Porsche has got your chance to win pit tickets this week for Ghost.
It's so scary.
The show is Saturday at the Wells Fargo Center, and you can listen this week for the rest of this week, actually until Thursday.
All right.
So today and tomorrow, for a Ghost song to play during a show. Enter the song title on the contest page, WMMR.com, and each time you do that, that is another chance for you to win. Some tickets remain for that show. The pit tickets are sold out, though.
No doubt.
And they're on sale now through Ticketmaster.com. But Brent's got your chance to win, though, so don't miss out on it today and tomorrow.
Is this
the hairy one?
The tour where he unveils Papa Smurf?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I hope
I do not know.
Papa Emeritus?
We'll have to wait and see. All right, and that's it in music news. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back in a moment. We will wrap up our program when we do. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
I will never, in an ice cream pint, I will never scoop out. I will shave off top layers so that optically from the top
stays flat.
Even and if it's split like parts chocolate, parts vanilla, I will reconstitute the line so you can't quite tell.
By the way, Casey, I know for sure there are people that do exactly what you do, that eat every last crumb, clean it up, finish, make sure there is no evidence left over that I stopped anywhere on the way home.
Oh, and it's even better if you can crumple your bag up into a tiny little ball And the top trash bag in the trash can has a little bit of an opening that you can squeeze
Cram it in there. They'll never know. Who's going to go digging around in that trash?
If you can crunch it up big enough to put it in a cup.
Yeah.
Even better. Yeah. And then crumple the cup.
Just drinking. What, I can't drink?
Yeah. Let me go to some calls. I'll come back to this list, but it's secret snacking spots, and I have Brittany who wants to chime in. Hi, Brittany. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Brittany?
So I had a secret snacking spot until about 3:30 this morning.
Oh.
I have a drawer underneath my bed.
Okay.
That's meant for clothing. So, but I have some clothes in there, but I also have some snacks. Well, it was about 3:30. I heard some crinkling, and it turned out to be a mouse.
A mouse was in your snack stash.
I heard it.
No food upstairs.
No food in the bedroom.
So I got up at 3:30. I took all the snacks downstairs. I put them in a bag, put them in the fridge, and I threw out any trash. And I vowed to not do it again.
No, all right. Well, I can see that. I can see that being the end of that for you. But
that is, yep,
but maybe like putting it in an airtight container, or
you have to be
like
yes.
No.
She's out. Brittany's out.
That's it's done.
By the way, the number one place on this list that people have their secret snacking spot is in bed. So that's where people like to do that.
So a lot of times, if you're up in bed, you don't want to at night. You don't want to take the walk down to the kitchen and get stuff. So I bought Claire a mini fridge for she's on another floor in the house. She never uses it, So it's one of those things you don't want to get out of bed. And I kind of subscribe to your notion, Kathy, too. It's good to have that distance to stop you from going and getting it.
Will she eat in bed?
No, really. She will eat before she goes.
Because I love.
Now, I'll find rappers like if it's been a particularly candy night.
I love bed and I love food, but I don't like the two of them at the same time. And I need separation. I don't like getting in bed, and then you roll over them.
There's one thing I can eat in bed, which is the Hers pretzels.
Yeah.
Because the opening of the bag is big enough that you could eat over it.
You can eat over it?
Yeah.
But then also, like, the secret for eating in bed with things that have crumbs is make sure that they're all bite-sized. So you're not actually biting into something.
So that
it all goes into your mouth.
Right. Do you know it's a good height too, Preston? And I do it at home. I keep rotisserie chickens on my lathe.
Your lathe.
Right. Yeah.
Smart.
So,
Rochelle and I will eat in bed sometimes if we're like watching a movie or something like that. I'll bring up like cheese and grapes and crackers and things like that.
Look at you.
I like to make it nice.
Yeah. A charcuterie board made out of a pillow.
Maybe a little hummus.
Brittany's
like
story is probably the exact reason that I don't want any
the
food.
Mouse?
Yeah, just like mouse. I have a friend who used to eat in bed, and I guess crumbs got on the floor, and he literally woke up in the middle of the night to ants crawling all over him.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
All right. Let me go to Megan. Hey, Megan, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Megan. Do you have a little secret snacking spot?
Yeah, so years ago when I used to work at Wawa, we would have like so much spoilage that we threw away. So I would like sneak some of the food and run back to the dish room and eat it.
In the dish room. What's the dish room at Wawa, by the way?
In the dish room at Wawa,
What is the dish room? I'm not familiar.
So basically, back behind the deli, we have an area where we wash all the dishes that we use.
Okay. All right.
So yeah.
And so you would slip back there. Would you do it? Would you be kind of hiding? And did anybody ever catch you with your mouth full?
Yes.
If you work in a place though like that happens to have you says as you say, Casey,
Megan.
mouth, small biteable like nuggets.
Yeah.
Dunkin' was great because Dunkin' the nuggets,
the donut holes.
You can pop those nuggets. Close your mouth. You can have 2 or 3 of them, and
the munchkins.
Don't you know though? Like when you're done chewing, like you think like, oh, they probably don't know. They know. They know you've eaten something.
Yeah, I just got a text from my friend Jen from college. She just said I literally rolled over onto a honeycomb this morning.
Let's go to Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Lisa. All right, so your secret snacking spot.
Okay, so I used to work in a diner, and sometimes the cook would give me scallop or a shrimp, And of course, it would be too hot to eat, and you'd be busy. So I would put it in a souffle cup with a lid, put it in my apron, and I would eat it in like 10 minutes when it was cool.
So to the outward appearance, you would just simply be drinking out of a cup, but you're actually eating shrimp?
Actually eating shrimp or scallops. Yeah,
I have to imagine that there's nothing better than diner shrimp.
Right. Yeah, diner scallops are probably better.
I got to deter these things.
Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it. I will, when I go to the grocery store, I do this now, and I always felt kind of guilty about it, but grapes are a crapshoot, man. Sometimes you get them, and you take them home, and you eat it, and you're like, oh, what the hell? This batch sucks.
Why am I alive?
Well, they're sour.
Yes, I hate that.
I do too. So I will put the grapes in my cart.
Give it a little taste.
I will be walking through shopping, and when I'm alone, I'll snag one of those bad boys and take a quick bite.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
Listen,
what, like a fistful of grapes?
No, I just wasn't sure.
That was a great movie, by the way. Fistful of Grapes with Clint Eastwood.
And I feel kind of bad because grapes are sold by weight.
I wasn't sure if they were sold by the bag.
They're sold by weight. So if I sit there and ate a bunch, I'm stealing.
Is
at that
it
point?
Inappropriate? I don't think it is. If you're in the produce section and you take one grape to sample, I've seen people do that.
People do it all the
I don't
time.
think that's frowned upon, is it?
I don't know.
Is it?
I'm not going to find out.
If you're in the meat section, can you cook a piece of meat over a lighter just to see how good it is?
I don't want to get banned from my grocery store, so I hide it while I'm doing it.
Yeah, I can't imagine. You think somebody would say something to you if they saw you eating a grape?
Especially your big celebrity.
Sir, don't eat the produce. Let me go to
Mr. Elliott. I didn't recognize you.
Let me go to Colton. Hey, Colton, good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning, my man. All right, so secret snacking spot.
Well, I mean, I think every guy has it at least. I mean, I'm a car guy. I'm a garage guy. I mean, everybody's got the garage. Everybody's got the beer fridge. I mean, hey, I got to go do this. Like last night's garbage night.
Yep.
You go out, you're doing garbage. You have a beer while you're out doing garbage because you know you're not going to get interrupted while you're in the garage.
Yes.
So it's just a nice place to have, that one beer that you got to have at night or whatever, and you're not interrupted while you're doing it.
Yeah, so you do it. You pick your area. You come up with your cover story. I'm going to go polish this turkey in the garage.
Colton, are you slamming that beer while you're out there?
No, I mean, that's why you have to make up a good enough backstory that, hey, I'm going to be out there for like 15, 20 minutes or so. Like, it can't just be like, hey, I'm going to go grab a 9mm wrench and come back.
Well, you said take out the garbage. Taking out the garbage takes about 30 seconds for me, so.
Well, no, because I have a garage can that I have to.
93.3 WMMR. It's everything that rocks. And a little Bon Jovi for you as we're approaching 10:30 on this Wednesday morning. Our program coming to an end. Hang on a second. I'm writing a note down. It's something I don't want to forget later on. It was right as that song was fading out. And I can't write and speak at the same time.
Remember to pick up eggs.
No, it's something else. Hang on a second here. All right, good. There we go.
We're good?
I wrote it down. I do not want to forget it. It's something possibly for on air. So I kind of got tied up in that whole thing. But here we are, wrapping up today's show. It was a good check-in with Fox Good Day. Those were our only guests, and we were their guest as well.
Damn it, we were.
But we did enjoy that. And, our only real guest is Pierre Robert, and we only get a couple of minutes with him, and that's it. But he's here.
Cherish every moment you get.
Every moment.
Hey, you guys had a great discussion earlier, which made me think of a thematic series of blocks I could do of crowd participation in songs, because it's not every day I get to hang with someone that's playing with fish. So, I mean, he's actually, he's playing with fish. So, I mean, it's pretty special. But it made me think of two little moments, and I had Ryan pull them. We have just two little clips. The first is the George Thorogood.
I love it.
And this is famous. I think this is 1976 MMR live broadcast at the long gone Bijou Cafe, and Thorogood and the band are on stage. There's the slightest break, and the kid yells rock and roll.
I love it. Here we go.
So, we decided we'd take a stroll. Can you imagine the welfare?
That's it. Now, everyone under the sun, including one of our DJs, the evening DJ, late great Bubba John Stevens, said that was me. Absolutely was not him. But many people have claimed to be that rock and roll. But that's one moment. Then more recently, over at the Grape Street or Grape Club or whatever it grew into, we had Chris Cornell in a very legendary broadcast with a live audience, and he's doing Black Hole Sun, the legendary Soundgarden song, and there's a moment.
Okay, here we go.
That was it. Now, in that person's defense, and many times when Chris would play that song acoustically, it sounds like it's the end.
Right.
So people are getting ready to applaud. But I was at a live broadcast, and that guy came up to me and goes, I'm the one who yelled in Black Hole Sun. And he really was. So he said, I'm really sorry. I guess. And I would see further acoustic shows with Chris, and every time he'd get to that spot, someone would yell, thinking the song was over.
So he's used to it. I've done that before. You think that's the end of a song. You may not know their live version of it. And it's like, oh, they're not done yet. Oh, my God. You know,
it happens.
Feel like a heel, for a moment.
I don't know if this is the version that I want to play, but Fish did a Sonic session for us back on, I don't know, maybe May 15th, 2000. Who knows? And they did a song called First Tube, and we play First Tube every morning, but there's a guy in the recorded version who yells, and it's Frank Lario.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if this is the version or not. This might be the studio version. Let me just hear real quick. Here it is. Ready? That's it.
That was Frank Lario?
Frank Lario right there.
We're finding really subtle ones now, but there it is. All right.
I love it. Excellent.
But I was thinking that could be a nice theme for a big block of audience participation songs. The petty ones that you guys referenced with Breakdown is legendary, but there are a number of them. So we'll think on that.
Excellent, man. All right. How about we get a letter of the day
Yes,
for me?
please.
Here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right. The Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter
E, as in Ebenezer.
Ebenezer. All right. Whoa. We have a four-pack of rounds at the Big Little Nine Golf Course and four-pack of same-day combo passes for Maury's Piers. You can visit Big Little Nine to play a beautiful 9-hole par 3 golf course and challenge your wedge game across 89 acres of meadows and water carries. Family-friendly, shoes optional, and BYOB is encouraged. You can visit the happiest golf course on earth. Book at biglittle9.com today. All right, what's going on today, Pierre?
Well, all this week, we're just going to continue our celebration of Live Aid. We had so much fun with it on Monday. We thought, well, we just can't really do one block. So it's the full workforce blocks, noon to 1 something, and we will do it again today at noon. We've got a couple of complete sets, one of them from England with Dire Straits, and a few more cool things. So I'll leave it as a tease, but join us throughout the day.
All right. Excellent. Thank you, Pierre. And thank you to our sponsors. Preston and Steve Show brought to you today by Dunkin', and the Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. Also brought to you by Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavors, and by Family and Company Jewelers. Getting engaged? Then get the right ring at South Jersey's Diamond Destination. Tomorrow on the program, we will have former UFC fighter, current commentator for UFC 318, Mr. Paul Felder, joining us. And also joining us are actors Ken Marino and David Wayne.
Yes.
So they've been in a bunch of things, but they, besides their acting careers, they have a group that is on social media. You can see them on Instagram. They're called the Middle-Aged Dad Jam Band.
I watch the videos all the time.
They're really good.
They're really good.
By the way. So
Are they going to play?
They're joining us via Zoom, so I don't know
okay.
if they'll have their instruments or not, but we'll find out. So that's it. We're done. Rage on. Have yourself a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.